Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Howdy.
Okay, we are live right now. Okay.
Hello there, friends.
Okay, let me post
Hola,
this now.
amigos.
Uh Post this on Twitter. Okay. Here we go.
Hello.
Yeah, we're live. Okay. Okay.
Oh, Jed, I just uploaded a new video, a short one.
Okay. Okay. Okay, 1 second here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, hello, how's everyone doing? Okay, hey, can everyone hear me clearly? Let me lower this
Yeah.
also here a little bit so
I
it's
can hear
easier. Okay, so I'm sorry about not streaming yesterday, guys. I was just really exhausted, but I still wanted to make it up by doing a Red Dead stream today. I just had a lot of stuff to do. Hey, anomalous scientist. We're in a private session right now, and we can only have 6 people in the private session, so unfortunately, you won't be able to join. When there's space for another person, we can get another person in here. But it was that, yeah, but we had to join a private session because we had a hostile posse just following us before the stream started, and they followed us to a few sessions, and so we just had to do a new private session because of that. Hello, Mr. Waifu. How are you, man? Thank you for the super chat. And thank you, Anomalous, for sponsoring my channel. Okay.
Can you do a share screen?
Can I do what?
Can you do a share screen in the party?
Share screen?
Kyle Del Nubio.
Well, I don't really access my PlayStation menu though when I'm streaming. I don't do that.
You could just watch the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's what happens is whenever when I go into my PlayStation menu and like I go onto my friends list and stuff like that on streams, I'm not talking about you specifically, but there's like, you know, sometimes people will be watching the stream and then some of my friends list my friends might get toxic messages. So that's why I refrain from showing my friends list on streams.
Okay.
You could just make a scene in OBS that's just like an AFK kind of security.
Yeah, I
thing,
guess
so
I
you
could
have to
program
go-
something like that one day.
Yeah. It takes like 2 seconds. You just make.
But yeah,
new
like a
scene
few of
and
my
go
friends in the
PNG.
past had gotten some nasty messages because my messages are private, so like griefers can't message me. But when I've opened my friends list in the past, some of my friends have gotten messages cursing them out, and so that was because of my streams, and so that's why I stopped opening up my friends list during streams because of that.
Yeah, I remember you told me one.
Hello, GB.
Looks like slow down.
Yeah, I'm gonna have another part of Chinatown Wars also up tonight, by the way, guys. So like right after the stream, I'll have another part up. Hey, Pro, you mentioned in your Conquer video about bad sniper spots where they can get overran. Would Brower's death in Sniper Elite 3 be another example? I guess, yes, Justin. But the thing about Brower is Brower just had more bad luck because Brower wasn't a sniper, Brower was just a spotter, so he just sat up in that tower and he just marked positions for Carl to go to. So he wasn't really taking shots from that tower, so he just had bad luck that the Tiger tank had seen him. But like if you see like if you watch Saving Private Ryan, that was like the sniper scene in Saving Private Ryan is actually pretty realistic. Something like that could totally happen. Where, you know, when the German sniper, you know, hits Vin Diesel, you know, specifically the character Vin Diesel is playing, the reason he doesn't kill Vin Diesel when Vin Diesel is down is because he's trying to use him as bait. So he's waiting for, you know, some of his squad mates to try to pick him up, and that's what he's doing. So that's why they can't pick him up, because the sniper is there. And that's actually considered a war crime. You know, snipers can't shoot at medics, and they can't, you know, they can't use basically injured soldiers as, you know, as bait. You can't do that. But the German sniper didn't care in that thing. There was and then later on in the movie, the American sniper, he dies when he's in the tower, and that tower was a good position for a little bit. You know, he got some shots off, he killed a few guys, but the problem was he stood in that tower for too long. He stayed there for too long. This is the thing about snipers, is snipers have to constantly keep moving, and he stayed in the tower for too long, and that guy was already dead before he even got hit by the tank. When that tank started rotating his turret, he was already dead because he wouldn't have had enough time to get down. So that was just, you know, what had happened. So the ideal sniper position is you want a sniper position where you can overlook the targets. You're a good distance from the enemy too, because, like, you know, 300 meters minimum, I'd say. So, you know, you can take shots at the enemy, they can't really get to you, and it also needs to be a position you can climb down from quickly. If you're in a position where you can't climb down from quickly, then it's bad, because by the time you're going to climb down, they're going to overrun you, or they're going to bomb the building. So that's pretty much it. A lot of people, they think the best sniper position is always the tallest. Not necessarily true. Wait, I don't understand, Marshmallow.
I haven't played the game in a while,
Joker.
But if you remember Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, there was the one mission where you're in the church tower, and you kind of stay in that tower the whole mission, and it's kind of a cool sniper.
Yeah, but I'm saying is that's mostly for, like, video games. The thing.
Well, yes, but so that would be kind of unrealistic. They would stay in that position.
The thing is, though, in World War II specifically, though, snipers could sit in positions for much longer than they could in modern day, because, you know, in World War II, for example, you know, the greatest threat to a sniper was another sniper. That was the greatest threat to a sniper. But in modern warfare, though, the greatest threat to a sniper would be, you know, drones, airstrikes. You know, anything from the air, that's basically it. Because, you know, back then they had to call the artillery in, or the, you know, the planes. They had to get on the little backpack radio. It took a, you know, a little bit of time to get that all together, get the coordinates in. Today, a drone can just fly around, see the snipers in the building, boom, one button, sniper's dead. That's literally how scary drone warfare is. So. Hey, Mr. Devil Gaming. Hey, Pro, I have camp almost full. Hey, Matt, how are you, man? Matt and Scientist, we could try to get you in the lobby later, but we can't do it right now because it's a private session. Only 6 people can be in a private session at max. And I had to do a private session. The last few streams have been doing public, but I had to do a private session. And the reason is because right before the stream, we literally had, like, a hostile posse that was just following us and stalking us. I don't know if they were, like, stream snipers or what, but it was before I even started the stream. I started getting killed, and I went to a different lobby, and they followed me to that different lobby. And so, like, I knew that if I kept going to lobby to lobby, these guys would follow me. So that's why I had to start up a private lobby because of that. Thank you, Fernando. Hey, Pro, hope you slept well. Don't work too hard. Get your 8 hours of sleep. Your health comes first. Thank you, Fernando. Thanks, man. Should I wait till the last minute? Yeah, wait till there's 1 minute left. Hey, Steve, how are you? Thank you for sponsoring my channel again, Steve. Michael Franchise reacting to GTA Vice City? No, I haven't. Wait, what's ridiculous? Do I know Luigi Cardona? Yes, the Italian World War I general. Luigi Cardona is arguably the worst general in World War I. He was the worst general. The guy was a complete incompetent buffoon. He got so many of his soldiers killed. That guy was a moron. Guernsey Island. Oh, that's the same place that's in Sniper Elite 5. Well, it is a real island.
Grab me a drink later.
No, I'm not tired. I'm good. How many people died in the bombing of Fort Staunton? Fort Staunton is supposed to be based on Hell's Kitchen in New York, I believe. And so it's, Fort Staunton, like, a neighborhood like that would have, you know, you'd have thousands of people in such a very small proximity. Judging by the fact that, you know, more than half of the neighborhood got destroyed, Tony probably at least killed a few hundred people in that mission, which means that Tony Cipriani has killed more innocent people than any other GTA protagonist. That's it. I'm gonna do a video on this one day. One day I'll do a video. Which GTA character killed the most innocent people, and Tony Cipriani will be number 1 on that list. Okay, Matt.
I'm just gonna go make a drink. I'll be back now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Imagine
Sonny's
if
voice actor
Vladimir
has passed
Makarov
away.
Was a Imagine if Vladimir Makarov was a GTA character.
Do you know what the funny thing about Makarov is? In Call of Duty Ghosts, you could actually buy, like, the villains as operators. So in Call of Duty Ghosts, you had, like, Zakhaev, and you could play as Makarov. I had the Makarov pack when I played Call of Duty Ghosts. And I remember when I played, like, Extinction Mode, that's like the zombies, the alien zombies in Call of Duty Ghosts, I played as Makarov, and I remember I had people yell at me for that. It was kind of funny, but...
What were they yelling at you for?
No, they just didn't
I'm
like
sorry.
Makarov. People just hated Makarov, and so I was playing as Makarov. I was playing as Makarov in the game because I thought it was funny, but it was, yeah, people didn't like that I was playing as Makarov.
Oh.
It's a fictional character. People shouldn't be being mad about it.
I wish they would let you do that in, like, the new Modern Warfare games. I wish that you would be able to play as, like, you know, even the villains as, like, operators and stuff like that. I'd like to see something like that.
Technically, Vanguard did it. With the one guy.
Which guy?
Not Menendez, not Seraph. There was another one.
Rourke?
No. Modern Warfare 1. He shot the president. He had the deagle.
Al-Assad?
I think it was Al-Assad.
Yeah, they added Al-Assad. Yeah, so Al-Assad was added as an operator in a World War II game. That was just weird. But, yeah.
Yeah, who would win in a fight, Pat? Makarov or Niko Bellic?
Well, Makarov, probably, because Makarov has just way more resources than Nico does. Imagine playing as Graves and Valeria, yeah. But Graves is not dead. I'm going to tell you that. There's no way that Graves is dead. I don't believe that he's dead. He's going to come back in Modern Warfare 3, or he'll come back in a raid. You'll see it happen. So he's not dead.
Yeah, a one-on-one fight, just fist fight between Makarov and Niko Bellic. That'd probably be a really good fight to see. Since Nico is, he's.
Oh hey, thank you Hobo BMX for this super chat.
Well, combat.
I thought he died when I played Modern Warfare 2. In Modern Warfare 2, you blew up his tank, but you never saw his body, which that doesn't mean that he could still very much be alive.
Very, very unlikely, however, to survive a tank explosion.
Yeah, but it's you know they could have had it where maybe it was a Shadow Company tank, so maybe he had like a some kind of safe room or something like that in the tank, something. Some kind of protection. That's I could totally see them doing that as a story.
Graves' death was really lame, if it was his death.
Okay, where are we gonna go here? I'll go to Hamish. Yeah, I haven't done a mission from him in a long time. Does anybody need help selling anything, by the way? No? Okay.
I might have my moonshine.
Okay, we'll do your moonshine right after this mission, then.
I'm not sure about it.
Tank might be remote controlled. That's actually a complete possibility too, Ronald. Yeah, I didn't think about that. And I mean that tank in it's in multiplayer. The tank that you that Graves drove, and that tank can be controlled by one person driving and gunning. So it's entirely possible it could have been remote controlled also. I don't think the tank that Graves drives in Modern Warfare 2, I don't think that's a real tank, is it? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Like, what tank is it? Like, what model? Like, what's it made from?
It's just the heavy tank in Modern Warfare 2, yeah?
Yeah, I'll do the old GTA games. I still have to do Vice City Stories 100%.
I mean, like, it's like an Abrams tanks or like one of the Russian tanks?
Have I seen a lot of the GTA fanboys on Twitter harassing Rockstar and constantly ask where's GTA 6 after they made a tweet about the voice actor of Sonny passed away? That's disgusting. I haven't heard about that specifically, but I'm not surprised by that because it was that I remember like it was like a year ago. There was like somebody from Rockstar's team passed away, and they left like a tweet about that, and then like people were writing in like they were writing in the tweets like, "Where's GTA 6?" It's like they just announced that somebody had passed away. It's like why are you being so rude and so nasty? It's
Remember,
like
Twitter is a single organism.
Like Twitter is like a toxic hellhole. That's really what it is. It's
It
just
is a
like
single organism. That's all there is to it.
That sounds right.
Do you know what I thought? Do you know what I thought was so ridiculous? That like when fans would just, you know, ask Rockstar for a new Reddit Online update, like they weren't being disrespectful or anything, they weren't harassing them, they just asked, you know, where's a new update on Reddit Online? Like they weren't posting this on like, you know, when somebody passed away, but just asking that towards Rockstar. You had the GTA fanboys who would just write like, you know, where is no, they would write like stop being toxic. That's what they would write specifically about Reddit Online fans. And then then at the same time as they would demand GTA 6 from Rockstar. So that's I'm sure there was Reddit Online fans being disrespectful. I don't deny that. I don't. But the thing about that is that the ratio of like Reddit Online fans that were being toxic to Rockstar versus the GTA Online fans being toxic, the GTA Online fans are way more toxic and there's way more of them. Like I've seen it. Like Reddit Online players tend to be more mature for the most part. I'm not attacking GTA fans or anything like that, but with the GTA community is you're gonna see just more toxic people in there. You're gonna see that, and it's mainly due to age. Because the people that play Red Dead are usually older players, they're more mature, where GTA you'll have a lot more younger players, oftentimes you have kids playing the game, and so that's, you know, that's where you'll have a lot of the toxicity.
My bad, Bear.
Yeah, a lot of Fortnite kids actually go to GTA Online now. They'll jump off the battle bus and somehow land in Los Santos. That's what will happen.
I'm sure that happens. What time is it? I don't know what I want for dinner.
I'll tell you, I've seen some really stupid things on Twitter. Some really, really stupid things. And, okay, here's the bear.
Oh crap! It's Cocaine Bear. Well, not really though.
Okay. Watching a movie at the moment. Hope you have a good stream. I'm trying to finish your Sniper Elite video at the moment. Oh, okay, and also, guys, I'm gonna say another thing. Is watch out for scammers in the comment section on my videos, because I've been blocking them, I've been deleting their comments, but they keep coming up. Like, literally, within an hour of me posting that Sniper Elite video, the comment section got spammed with scammers. Like, there was a ton of them. I banned them, but there was, like, there were just scammers that were coming in the comment section. and they were just saying like they were bots, but they were saying, oh, you want a giveaway, and they had like a picture of my name. They were basically pretending to be me. So don't fall for that. Like one of my subscribers last week, I felt really bad. He fell for that, unfortunately, and he sent the scammer money. He told me on the stream. So I'm just saying is, please don't reply to those people. If you see any kind of like account with my picture on it and it literally says to you that you've won a giveaway, that's not me. I don't do stuff like that. And you can always click on the profile and you can see it has no subscribers. That's not me. So they use my name and they literally message people and they say that they say, oh, you've won a giveaway and crap like that. It's not me.
How much money did he lose?
Yeah, dang those.
He lost like $100, I think it was.
$100.
$100?
Oh my.
That's horrible.
Damn.
I'm actually gonna go to my appointment now, so if anybody wants the spot, it's gonna be open.
Okay, well, Jess, you would just have to leave the session because I don't think the private lobbies can take more than 6, even if you're not in the posse. Am I right on that? Hello?
Yes,
She's just gonna have to leave the session, yeah.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
be doing that.
Yeah, if you want. Okay, I'm gonna deliver this pelt right now since you gotta go to your appointment. Okay. Yes, Micah was a rat from the beginning. How do you think that Arthur got captured on that hill by the O'Driscolls? A lot of people don't talk about that. Micah told them where he would be. That's how Arthur got caught on that hill. And also, if you watch that scene really carefully, when you break Micah out of jail, and the O'Driscoll is like coming up behind him, and then Micah just shoots the O'Driscoll, and then Arthur says, "What's that about?" And he says, "Oh, he was an O'Driscoll." It's because Micah was talking to that O'Driscoll, and he was giving him information, and he was hoping that the O'Driscolls would bust them both out of jail, but instead Arthur came. So that's probably what had happened.
I'll check out if I have moonshine to sell.
Okay, let's go sell your moonshine then. Thoughts on 50 Cent reportedly working on a GTA Vice City show. Think the first episode should be with a Ray Liotta tribute. The thing about that is thank you Whiteface for the super chat. But I'm gonna have a video on that tomorrow talking about that. But I'll tell you guys something. I was a bit pissed off with that because of the fact that these hey Melon, there was these people that were coming into they were these people, these clickbaiters. They were just uploading like 8-minute videos, like multiple videos on the 50 Cent thing. Like there was a few clickbaiters that spammed the 50 Cent thing and saying, "Oh look, 50 Cent is working on GTA 6," when there wasn't really any proof of that. He just posted a picture of like Vice City. That was just basically it. And these like clickbaiters were like, "Oh look, this is the proof. And that's why I didn't make a video on it, because the information was unreliable. And what ended up happening is 50 Cent removed the tweets, and then it was revealed that he's working on a TV show. Yeah, he's working on a TV show called Vice City, and it has nothing to do with GTA, even though it's called Vice City. So literally, but the thing about that is the TV show that he's working on, it takes place in the 1980s, and it takes place in Miami, and it's called Vice City. And I'm very surprised that they named it Vice City, because they could be sued by Rockstar for that. Like you make like the location Miami, you make it in the 80s, and you call it Vice City. A lot of people could see very similarities between that and GTA. So the TV show that 50 Cent is working on has nothing to do with GTA. But yeah, these clickbaiters just kept saying, "Oh look, it's GTA 6, and posting their stupid 8-minute videos. And the reason they do 8-minute videos is because they can put more ads on it. When it's under 8 minutes, they can only put 1 ad. So that's pretty much what it's about.
I have 18 bottles.
You think you'll watch that show, Pat?
Can you invite me, WRV?
I only have 18 bottles.
Is what?
English right.
Did Trio
give you the message I told him to give you?
Melon, wait, hold on a moment. Just WRV, what are you saying?
My moonshine isn't full yet. It's 18 bottles.
But there's 20 bottles to sell, right?
Yeah.
Then we'll just wait. It's not. That's gonna be about like 3 minutes to produce now at this point. So just invite us still to the posse.
Okay.
Am I clear to talk now?
You are on stream, just so you know. But sure.
I'm very aware. Now, did
Okay.
Trio tell you the message that I told him to tell you? About zombieing in the next raid, because that's coming out
either Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yes.
Good. I just wanted to. I didn't tell you yesterday because you weren't doing so good, and I forgot.
I hope the next raid doesn't.
I
have
prefer
anything to do
Ghost
with
Recon
Breakpoint.
Wildlands, Chuck.
Wildlands is awesome.
Wildlands is much better than Breakpoint.
To some aspects, some of it, yes.
The enemies in Breakpoint sucked. There was like a bunch of mercenaries using like drones. It was stupid. I didn't like it.
Well, the entire island is filled with drones from Skeltech.
Yeah, but no, the thing about Wildlands is Wildlands had like the best enemies in Wildlands, which is Santa Blanca. Like that was actually like, and the thing, do you know what I liked about Wildlands? I liked that each province of the map in Wildlands had a buchon, like a specific cartel boss that ran that province.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it. And like the cartel was broken up into security, influence, it was smuggling and production.
Security, influence.
Yeah, and they had like
smuggling,
multiple
and
underbosses.
security.
Like
It wasn't-
they had so many people in the
Production.
cartel. And then, like, in Breakpoint, like, and I'll tell you something, in Wildlands, I remember so many the bad guys in that game, but yet in Breakpoint, I can barely remember any of the villains in Breakpoint. Like, I honestly don't remember any of the villains' names in Breakpoint. The only person I remember is Walker, that's it.
Walker,
it was just Walker, that's the only guy I remember. I don't remember any of the other people. So, like, that was just, that's generally what I didn't like. It's like Breakpoint had just a forgetting story. It was just not a good one.
You know he should have said, "Let me tell you something, Nomad."
Yeah, that's making fun of like
Can you
Walking
invite
Dead.
me
I
to
know.
the, Can you invite me to the posse?
You
please?
have to
For
ask
the,
WRV though for the invite because he's the
Hey,
posse
Cass.
leader right now.
Yeah.
If you didn't see what all the messages I sent, Denji, everyone wants to kill him except for Power.
I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
I
Mike?
only have
Good.
4 spots in the boss.
You have to make a
separate
large
one,
camp.
large camp.
You have to make a large camp, WRV.
How to do that?
It's in the menu. You go to camp and then you just hit large camp. My camp is ready to sell. Okay, Matt. We could probably get you in here. Anomalous scientist, are you still here?
Hey, Pro.
Yes.
I read the comments section of that little community post you posted earlier. A good majority of people were supporting you because of you wanted to get rest. Most of them were saying how they'd rather have you be well instead of your content be pushed out. They're more worried about your safety rather than the content you're pumping out.
Well, thank you,
I'm
everyone.
getting that right.
I did also look at the comments earlier, but
Yep. Hey, Melons, and
Yeah.
that's why
The
I delayed
WRV,
my last of this review.
why did you disband the posse?
WRV? Probably lagged
Is
out.
that Johnny Silverhand?
What do you think of Jimmy's behavior when he plays video games? The dialogue he says is really funny. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy is basically supposed to be made fun of like the typical Call of Duty trash talker. That's pretty much what he's making fun of. And the Righteous Slaughter is a parody off of, Call of Duty.
Yep.
Hey, you know they should
I
have
sent
did
everyone
that
an
we
invite.
could play Righteous Slaughter as a mini game. That would have been fun.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
Or those little mobile apps you see on the commercials.
Posse joining failed.
Hey Pat, if Righteous Slaughter was a mini game and it allowed you to actually play against other players in the GTA Online lobby, would you have played it?
Possibly. But wait, Mr. Waifu, a nuclear war happens and still, where's GTA 6? Well, yeah, some of the GTA fanboys can get really toxic. Do you think that bringing back Dr. Friedlander returning is a mistake? Not really. I don't mind seeing the old GTA characters come back. I just hope they don't make them stupid in the DLC. But
You can join now. The boss is
Dr.
open.
Friedlander reminded me of Joseph Seed from Far Cry 5 in the trailer because he put his arms out like Joseph Seed.
Hey Chas, I'm gonna send a screenshot of the thing. You can read all this. when you
Hello,
got the time,
Nico.
but this is basically
Hey,
going over
Kevin.
The chainsaw dude.
I do remember that
I think it's very
TSB.
creepy.
Yeah, I did hear about that, Big Smoke. That's very sad.
Wait, what about Big Smoke?
No, he was just
I
saying
think
that
someone
Sonny
sent me
Forelli's
something.
voice actor passed away. I heard about that.
Oh,
Is everyone in the posse now?
I know animated Batman's voice actor passed away, but his last project was working as Batman on the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice
You are
League.
in the boss now.
Yep, last year it was.
Everyone's in the posse?
Wait, can I have an invite, please?
Can you invite Trio, WRV?
We're
Yes,
losing
I
all
did
kinds of
right.
good people.
Guys,
these
guys,
past couple years.
I don't want
It's
to,
open party.
guys, I don't want to cut you off, but if we could just not interrupt each other, though, because I'm just trying to hear what everyone's saying, and people keep talking over each other.
Yeah, sorry.
WRV, did you invite Trio?
Yeah.
Okay, Trio,
Open
join.
party is open.
Last year it was Tommy Vercetti. To this year it is.
Okay, it's just grayed out right now. I can't join for some reason.
Did you make a large camp?
Yeah.
Are you in too many posses, Trio? That might be the problem.
Oh wait, yeah.
Wasn't Sonny Forelli's voice actor in Saving Private Ryan?
Could I have just one
let me
more
check.
invite, please?
I'm trying because I remember
To
he
do
was
others.
in a specific movie. I think it was that I seen him in before.
Let me look. I can spell this
I
right.
sent you one.
It's not letting me join the posse. It's saying it can't accept another persistent member.
He was in Heat with Al Pacino. Oh yeah, I do think I remember him now. But the thing is, I never realized that that's the guy who played Sonny Forelli. That's what it was. I didn't know about that. He did that wasn't his native accent too. So he did a pretty good job with that accent.
God damn it, Zom.
You see what it says?
Yes.
Okay, you got the invite?
Tom Sizemore. Let me look that up.
It's Saving Private Millen.
Tom
I'll be right back, guys. So I'll be right back.
Sizemore. Yeah, he was in Saving Private Ryan. I think so.
You get your rent when you fix this damn door. Yep.
Best
Trio, did you get in the
Spider-Man,
posse?
in my opinion.
I need an invite still.
The posse's
I
open.
sent
You
you
can
Accept
just
another
open.
persistent member, and I'm not able to join it.
This dude
Yeah,
died
I've
like
got
a
the
week
thing.
ago.
WRV,
No
you
idea
have
what's
to
going
go
on.
into your posse members, and you have to kick out the persistent members, the people who are not in the posse, because they're blocking the Trio and Chaz from joining.
Oh damn, he was in Black Hawk Down and Pearl Harbor.
Black Hawk
Was
Down's
he?
a really
Wasn't
good
he
movie.
also in the Pacific, the TV show, The Pacific? I think he was in that one too.
It says he's on something called The Relic, Heat, Natural Born Killers.
Look up if he was
Pearl
in the
Harbor.
Pacific, Sonny Forelli's voice actor, because I think he was in the Pacific too.
Okay, I'm looking through.
I removed everyone.
It's Saving Private Ryan.
Remove
though.
one more person, WRV.
1998.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm trying to find it.
There we go.
Okay, and Chaz, did you get in too?
No, I didn't.
Try joining
This
now.
stupid free roam bounty thing started, so I'm not able to do anything.
Okay,
right
we'll
now.
wait for you then.
He's in something called American Sun.
Yes, Mole, I'll make more of those crazy current event videos. There was actually one crazy current event video that I was going to make, but I never got a chance to do it, but it happened like 2 weeks ago, so I'd be probably kind of late on it. There was 2 ridiculous stories that I was going to cover. I might do the William Wallace story, that one I might do. Basically, this woman in Florida, she was on a plane, and she wanted like a drink on the plane, and they didn't give her a drink, and so she tried to rush the cockpit door. Like, she tried to actually break the door down because she wanted a drink. I don't know what the pilot's gonna do.
Oh,
Is
I
the
heard
pilot
about
gonna
that.
Is the pilot gonna pour you a shot or something like that? So it's and she literally yeah. So she got restrained. And I don't know why she would think that breaking down the cockpit door would somehow get her a drink, but she got restrained, and they literally landed back in Florida, and she got arrested. So that's that happened.
The FBI gets on that now. The FBI
Yeah,
handles
yeah.
that
The
stuff.
thing about that is, here's what a lot of people don't know. If you cause any kind of incident on a plane, if you cause any kind of crime on a plane, that's a federal violation. So anything you try to do in the air on a plane, you will be federally charged for that. It'll be a federal crime at that point. That's what people
Also,
don't
you're
know
trying
about.
to break down the door to the cockpit. That is an attempted hijacking, and that may be a felony.
Yeah, and the thing about this is that if you get charged with a federal crime, you almost always get convicted. Like federal crimes, it's very hard to get not guilty on that. Like the federal government is just gonna really do everything in their power to prosecute you. Like they'll do everything they possibly can. So it's very hard to get off a federal charge. So when you get federally charged, that's the worst. That's the worst that you could get. And so that was the
no-fly list.
Well, she got arrested.
Sorry.
But there was the other crazy current event video I'll probably do about this is this happened in Great Britain, like the other day. Do you know what actually happened? A bunch of climate protesters tried to smash the glass case that has William Wallace's sword in. So literally, they tried to smash the case where William Wallace's, you know, the guy in Braveheart in the movie, the guy Mel Gibson plays. They tried to smash his sword in like a museum, and then they wrote like about climate change. So like they painted like climate change on like the case. They didn't break the case, thankfully. They didn't damage the sword. They actually damaged the glass a bit, but they didn't break the case. Which, you know, why would you do something like that? And I'm assuming that because it happened in Scotland, that the protesters were Scottish. So why would you do that? Like, you know, William Wallace is like one of the greatest heroes of Scotland. You know, people consider him the greatest hero for Scotland. So like, why would you break the glass for the sword of like Scotland's greatest hero who fought for like freedom and independence? Why would you do something like that? Like, how is that going to get people to like support your cause or your protest? That's going to get people to hate you. So that was like, you know, that's just...
Is the movie you're talking about, The Pacific, is it a miniseries made
It's a
in
TV show.
2010?
It's a TV show.
I'm not seeing his name in this list. John Berthal's in it, though.
Okay, you should be able to invite me now. There it is.
Yeah, I sent you one.
Thank you.
Pro, what happened at Caporetto that made Luigi Cardona dislike?
Let's start now.
Okay, so... basically what happened is that Luigi Cardona would basically do suicide charges at Caporetto. And Caporetto is considered the worst Italian defeat in history. And so what happened was Cardona had actually put machine gun nests behind the Italian lines. So when the Italians would actually try to, when the Italians would advance towards the Austrian positions, if any of the Italian soldiers tried to retreat, Cardona's own men would machine gun them down. So he literally shot his own men, like literally for if they tried to turn around. That's the type of commander that Cardona was. And
like the Russians.
Well, yes, it was kind of similar. You had the NKVD squads and the, you know, the commissars that would shoot the Red Army soldiers that would try to retreat. But about Cardona is another thing that Cardona did in World War I that was really stupid is Cardona was actually obsessed with the Roman Empire, and so he actually tried to apply ancient Roman tactics on a World War I battlefield. And so Cardona was a very old man. He was like in his 70s or 80s when like World War I happened. And so the only reason that Cardona had his position as a general, he was like the highest general in the Italian army, was because he was an aristocrat. That's pretty much what it was. Because he was like, the aristocratic bloodline. He got his position from the king of Italy, King Emmanuel. And so if you look at the age of the average World War I general, the average World War I general is like 70 years old. And so the reason that they were so old is because they was like old aristocrats that would just, be the generals. And so it was basically based on just, privileges. So it wasn't based on whether you were a capable commander. It was based on whether you were an aristocrat. That's pretty much what it was. And that's why a lot of the World War I generals were really stupid. It wasn't based on skill. It was based on whether you were, of aristocratic bloodline. And so when Cardona was growing up, in the fields in like Europe, they would, form lines and they would shoot at each other, back then when he was growing up. And so, they had cannons, they would shoot at each other in line formation. He had no idea about trench warfare, he had no idea about machine guns. There was an Austrian general in World War I. I forget the Austrian general's name, but he refused to give his soldiers machine guns because he thought that machine guns were dishonorable weapons. And he thought that the bolt-action rifle was the only weapon that soldiers would have, and because he did that, his soldiers actually got overrun by Russians. So literally, that's the type of generals that you had in World War I. You had some really stupid generals. And also, here's another fun fact for you guys. During World War I, most pilots in World War I did not have parachutes. You guys know that. And the thing about this is parachutes were not a new invention in World War I. Parachutes were actually developed 20 to 30 years before World War I. You had parachutes developed for balloons. So balloons, basically, the people in balloons had parachutes, and they had parachutes, so if the balloon would go down, you could jump out of the balloon and parachute to safety. And yet pilots weren't given parachutes in World War I. What's the reason? It's not that they were too expensive. The reason pilots weren't given parachutes in World War I was because the aristocratic generals actually thought they were dishonorable. They thought it was dishonorable to actually bail from your plane. They thought that pilots would just jump out of their plane instantly when they would get shot out. And so many good pilots died because they didn't have parachutes. The Red Baron, who was actually the best pilot in World War I, did not have a parachute. A lot of people actually don't know about that. So that's really why they didn't have parachutes. So in Battlefield 1, when you see the soldiers jumping out of parachutes, that didn't happen. They didn't have parachutes. They had parachutes at the later parts of the war, but they didn't have parachutes early on in the war. So that was so it was because yeah. Well, there's nothing fun about that. Maybe I made the wrong words using fun fact, but it was just more of like an interesting fact. It was just more to show like how stupid the aristocratic generals were. So sorry if I made that. As soon as I said fun fact, but it was more about me just saying like just showing how stupid and idiotic the generals are. I mean, like we laugh at stuff like this because it's like they were just such idiots. But imagine being like that pilot in World War I, just being in a plane and you can't jump out and you just just parachute out and you don't have a parachute and you just your plane just comes crashing down. It's horrible. So that's
The guy that was Sonny Ferrelli was on Dr. Phil in 2013, but he's not in the Pacific. I checked into his film thing. He's not in it. He was in Justice League in 2002. And something called Bullet Train Down in 2022.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's not in there. He's been in a lot of stuff, though.
Yes, I will do a Hitman 3, I'll do a Hitman 3 part. Another one. I will do the Hitman 3, I'll freelancer mode. I'll do more of it.
This guy was in a movie called Company of Heroes.
But about Luigi Cardona is, Luigi Cardona had his, basically everything completely backfired on him. Because, what happened was, remember how I said that Luigi Cardona would have his own soldiers, like, gunned down for just, for retreating? Well, do you know what the effect of that actually was? What happened was, when the Italians had actually charged towards the Austrians, they all surrendered in mass. So that's pretty much what had happened. So, literally, they trusted the enemy to take them more as a prisoner than their own soldiers. So literally, that's what had happened, is that, the Italians had surrendered. And if you want to know how many prisoners the Austrians took in the Battle of Caporetto, I think it was like 100 to 200,000 Italian prisoners in one single battle. So that's literally how many Italians had surrendered. That's how many Italians had surrendered because Cardona was just such a complete idiot. Cardona also applied the ancient Roman punishments to his soldiers as well, because like I said, he was obsessed with the Roman Empire. And I forget what it was called. Somebody in the comments probably knows what it was called specifically. But what the Romans would basically do to punish their soldiers, in ancient times, when the Romans would lose a battle, how they would punish their soldiers is a centurion, the Roman officer, would basically walk down the line. All the Roman soldiers would stand in a line, and the centurion would basically count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And every 10th soldier, the centurion would execute. So if you were that 10th guy, you were executed. So they would literally go down the line of all of their soldiers, and they would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And every 10th soldier would basically get executed. That's what the Romans did, in ancient times. That's why, Romans were so scared to lose battles, because they knew they were going to get executed for it. And so that's, it was, just a way to, fear. You just keep fighting through fear. And so Cardona did that in World War I. He would have his, soldiers would basically line up, and every 10 soldiers he'd have shot. And so this is, the type of man that Cardona was. Cardona was an idiot. And what happened is the British and the French actually got really angry at Cardona, because Cardona was losing so many battles, and he was basically causing the Italians to lose the war. And so what happened was Britain and France basically threatened to pull all their support of Italy unless King Emmanuel fired him, because King Emmanuel was the only person that could fire Cardona. Cardona had fired some 300 officers. So 300 some officers refused to follow his orders, and he fired like 300 something officers. The guy was the worst general of World War I. And so King Emmanuel eventually had him fired because due to the pressure from the British and the French. And then there was who took over after Cardona? I'm trying to remember the Italian general, but the Italian general that took over after Cardona was a lot more smarter. He was just a much better general Damn, I forget his name.
It's called demanding surties.
But
Sureti.
it was
Inform the posse.
yeah, I'll form the posse again. But I forget the guy's name. Armando Diaz, yes, that's the guy. Armando Diaz. Armando Diaz was a you know, much better general. But the thing about it, the Battle of Caporetto, that happened in 1915 or 1916, I think. It was like halfway through the war. And so the Italians took such a big hit during that battle that they were not able to launch offensives for another 2 years. And so that was yeah. That was pretty much you know, what Diaz had to deal with because Cardona was such an idiot. So I hope I answered your question about Luigi Cardona.
Oh, this is so cool. Someone made Itachi from Naruto and Elden Ring.
Let me see here.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna get off for a bit and I'll come back. What's going on?
Okay, take care.
Okay, I'll see you later.
The Yakuza owns businesses, and the money they make goes to their clan's bosses. Whoever makes the most money can be a made man like a lieutenant. Yeah, but do you know one thing that I found a bit weird about the Yakuza? The Yakuza were a little bit different than the Italian Mafia. That the Italian Mafia, once you're a member for life. You can't leave the family. You can't do that. But with the Yakuza, I've read that like a lot of the Yakuza families, you can actually leave the family. You know, as long as you promise not to rat them out and stuff like that, you can leave the family. But you have to pay a massive tax to the boss. So if a Yakuza member wants to leave, typically they can. I guess it depends on the Yakuza, but they have to pay a massive tax to the boss. It doesn't really happen in Italian mafias. The boss doesn't take a massive tax. You can't leave the family. And so that's one thing that I found a bit weirder about the Yakuza. They're a bit different. But thank you for the super chat. I don't know how to read your name. How do I read your name? And you should play Hogwarts Legacy. It's a lot of fun. Yes, I will play Hogwarts Legacy one day. I'll do it.
It's fun but controversial.
No, it's a
not
fun.
controversial at
Well,
all.
I don't know what's
Twitter is a single organism.
I don't know what's controversial about Hogwarts Legacy, honestly. And you know,
People are stupid.
It's a good
Yeah,
game.
screw
So
those, screw those idiots.
I don't know, you know, what's you know, controversial about it. And it's like
The creator of Harry Potter is apparently against trans people.
Well, I have nothing against people who are transgender, but the thing about this is that J.K. Rowling, you know, I don't know what her views are. I don't know, you know, I don't even know what the whole controversy is about. But she wrote Harry Potter, which Harry Potter a lot of people like. So you have to separate like the author from the actual stuff. Like, you know, imagine if George Lucas just started saying a bunch of racist stuff or, you know, just, you know, bad things. I would obviously condemn that. I wouldn't agree with George Lucas at all. And it would make me lose respect for George Lucas, but I still would enjoy Star Wars because I like Star Wars. So it's like, so, you know, just because, you know, I don't know what exactly she said, so I can't comment on that. But, you know, regardless of it, it's, you know, it's a good game. It's interesting. It's in the Harry Potter universe. People like that. And you have to separate the politics and the views of the person from the content that they create. And so, you know, she created Harry Potter, which people like, and that's that. So...
Yeah, don't worry about those people that try to cancel you for playing Hogwarts Legacy. Those people are just immature.
Yes, they had a whole website dedicated to canceling people who played the game. I'm not lying.
Not just canceling, it would dox them.
Let me see here.
There have been female streamers who have been bullied off of platforms, so, you know, in the name of love, really? Like...
The last dose missions, they were okay.
Get this, last dose missions are next week, and the new season 2 updates next week, which they're actually nerfing that new shotgun.
Wait, who are you talking about, Fernando? Well, yeah, it's like I said, guys. I literally, I don't know, you know, I don't know what J.K. Rowling said. I don't know what her comments were, so I can't speak on that. I honestly don't know what she said. But it's, like I was saying, I have nothing against people who are transgender. You know, I believe in equality for everyone. You know, I believe everyone should be able to marry whoever they want. But what I will say is that when it comes to like Harry Potter is people are allowed to enjoy Harry Potter without, you know, looking at the views of the creator who made it. So that's, and I don't think she was even on the, I don't think she had really minimal, I think she had minimal involvement with the game. I think that's what it was about. So that's pretty much my view on that.
She gave the permission, took the royalties, and that's it.
Yeah, well, let's just stay away from this topic for now, because I know some people are probably gonna freak out anyways. But it's we're gonna do maybe
The
we'll do
last
cold
thing I
dead
will
hands.
say about it is, in history, there have been people who would burn paintings because the artist was pagan. This is the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you something. There's last thing I'll say personally about it. There are some actors that like I've watched like some of their movies. I like their movies a lot, but yet I don't like some of the things these actors do in real life. But I still generally like I'll still watch their movies and stuff like that. So sometimes they'll make a good movie here and there. But let me see here. Chaz, why did you leave the posse? I was gonna probably do cold dead hands in a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Give me a second. I was gonna drop this thing off. On my camera.
Yeah, well, let's avoid this topic because it is controversial and everyone's gonna have a different opinion. So. Okay, go over here. I'm gonna buy some express rounds. Let me see here. Oh, okay, yeah, I understand. Mr. Waifu. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Pro, you've done playthroughs of Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs Legion. I was wondering if you're planning on doing Watch Dogs 2. Yes, I'll do Watch Dogs 2, but I'm gonna do Watch Dogs 1 again. And then I'll do Watch Dogs 2 right after that. Thank you, Vex. Let me see.
Again, you're probably not doing a playthrough after Chinatown Wars, so you could definitely do one of Watch Dogs 2.
Chaz, are you in the posse?
Still...
I am in the posse. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna join Cold Dead Hands. Is that okay with everyone?
You should play Watch Dogs 1 again soon. And then
Be quick, because there's 45 seconds left.
Okay, I'm rejoining. Okay. I'm in.
Hey, Pat, isn't the reason why you want to do Watch Dogs 1 again is because you want to do the Ada Pierce cosplay again?
Yeah, have I, what is this? Hang on a second here. Have I been back to my old retail store since quitting? I stepped into my old store only one time since I quit 3 years ago. And, in that one time that there was a new manager there, and, basically I had brought over a slice of pizza to, a friend of mine that was just working. Well, I brought him over a pizza pie, I shouldn't say slice of pizza. Brought over an entire pizza pie to my friend that was working. So I hadn't seen him in some time, and it's decided to bring that over to him. However, though, like a few months ago, I looked at my old store on, I looked at my old store that I worked at on I looked at it on Google, and the reviews were horrible. Like, they were horrible. Like, really, really bad. Like, they were, somewhat, like, average when I was working there. I'm not saying it's because of me, by the way. But I was, they were somewhat average when I was working there, but, like, now they've really gone downhill. Because a lot of the good people have left there, and so it's like the reviews were really bad. And it was just, there's people complaining about customer service and, stuff like that, and,
Oh, Safashi's in here.
okay.
How many top? Just glitch through the barn door.
I just really hope we don't encounter a cheater like this time.
Hey, Pat, when you were working retail before, did you work full time or did you mostly just work part time back then?
Part time, but sometimes I would literally work like 4 or 5 days a week.
Ah, so close to full time.
Hey, Pro, I got a retail story that happened today if you want to hear it.
In a moment, hold on. I just want to get these bags.
Okay, let me know when.
Great. Ah. Oh my god. Okay, let's try to get some of the bags then now. And let's regroup together once we get those bags. Oh, come on. Oh, my God. It's just, in this game, it's just Lancaster headshot spam oftentimes. I was literally just about to get the bag, and I just get instant headshotted.
You should not be allowed to bring your horse in this mode, because you can't for any other mode.
Please don't be a Lancaster. Okay, this is a bolt action for something else.
You think that game's bad with cheaters? You should play Shinobi Strikers. There's almost a cheater in every single match, and they can't play for the life of them. They gotta use mods to win because that's the only way they're gonna win. They don't
Please
use
don't be
mods, the worst players in this
Lancaster, of course. It's just, why do you complain so much about that rifle? Because Lancaster is an annoying rifle. That's pretty much what it is. It's just Lancaster is a very fast fire rate, and it's very accurate. That's what's so annoying about it. And also, what's stupid is how come I can put 3 shots in somebody's chest with a bolt-action rifle, and it's just instant shot with just a Lancaster into the head, and I'm dead. That's what I find so stupid.
Well, that's how headshots work.
But
I mean, just get a headshot.
But the thing about this is that if you get shot in the upper chest, like let's just say you get shot in the upper chest with a rifle, why does it take more than 3 shots oftentimes to kill them, but it's just instant headshot and you're down? That's just what I didn't understand about that.
Tonic spam?
I don't like the idea. It is tonic spam, but I don't like the idea of it just instant headshot and just spamming like that. I don't like it. I think people should try to go for chests more often. Yeah, stuff like I just don't like it. I know Sophistry is a friend of mine too, but I just don't like the Lancaster headshot spam in this game. I've never been a fan of it. I just never liked it. I think it's just
because headshots are a guaranteed kill, and you waste more ammo trying to go for other parts of the body.
But it's not even just about the kill oftentimes. Yeah, see, like that. Like, that's just... I can do this too, but... see? I just wish people... I wish people would also go for body shots more oftentimes, you see? This is, what headshots do in this game. And, that's why I'm grateful that at least there's some perks in this game where you can, yeah.
You'd save more ammo just going for the head.
It's not, but but Melon, you and me both know that when these players spam headshots, it has nothing to do with ammo. It's nothing to do with ammo.
I'm just saying, you could pop more rounds off if you.
But it has nothing to do with ammo. When people spam headshots, it's nothing to do with ammo. It's just because it's an instant kill for them, and that's the thing about that.
As headshots should. Headshots should more than likely be.
But no. But look, if headshots are gonna kill in one shot, I have no problem with a headshot killing in one shot. It's a headshot. But there's no reason.
Make it so easy to do.
There's no reason why I should put 4 shots into somebody's chest with a bolt-action rifle, and I already have ability cards that do way more damage than normal, and I could put 4 shots in somebody's upper chest and they're still standing like nothing because they're tonic spamming, and then this instant Lancaster headshot and I'm dead. There's no reason that should happen. If by that same logic we're going that headshot should be an instant kill, there's no reason somebody should take 4 shots to the upper chest. That's not. It's just gonna... there's no reason that something like that should happen.
Maybe they've got god-tier aim they should take to Warzone.
Somebody needs to continue. Somebody has not,
Could I tell my retail story now, or do you want me to wait?
Yeah, you can tell it. I'm sorry cutting you off.
Yeah, it's fine. So I was working today at HomeSense, and this old couple wanted to get a lamp. They only wanted a lamp for the lampshade. I was like, okay, I'll get you a ticket for it. I get them the ticket. I give them the receipt to pay for it. They go up to register. I grab the lamp and put it on these little things that are called flatbeds. We put heavy stuff on there and roll them out to people's cars. And I'm standing there waiting for them, and they walk up. The lady walks up to me and says, "Do you have like a box or a bag you could put in?" It's like, I'm not entirely sure if we have a box or a bag. I could ask, and they didn't tell me to ask, so I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. And I loaded into their card. It's like, is this the best you can do? I'm like, at this point, I'm like, yes, that is the best I can do. Because I don't know if we're allowed to give you boxes to put that stuff in. Half the time, I don't even see people loading that stuff with boxes and bags to keep the stuff safe. Like, come on. You also got to take into account there's a lot of rich people and other types of place where I work, so they nitpick. And they nitpick a lot.
Do you know that
it's perfect or they're not getting it?
You know, sometimes the rich people would like come into like a store like mine, and they would come in with a list, and they would tell people like, you know, go shopping for me. And, you know, I'm not going to do something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Hey, Pro, I sent you a message on Patreon. Thank you for the super chat, but I'll reply to you afterwards, because I just don't really reply to messages when I stream.
I don't think anyone's told you yet, but I'll wait till after the stream. I don't want anyone else to hear this. But, go on with what you were saying. But,
why are you putting 4 in the chest when you can just go for 1 in the head? I don't see your argument here. It's... You don't seem to understand it. Is that there's no reason that somebody should take 4 shots to the chest. There should be more balance. Obviously, a headshot should do more damage and a headshot should kill. But there's no reason why it should take 4 shots from a rifle to, you know, take somebody down. That's ridiculous. It's like, you know, the bolt-action rifle, for example, can hold 5 rounds in it before you need to reload. And I've encountered tonic spammers where, like, I'll shoot them 5 times in the chest, and I'm using focus fire, which gives me more damage. I'm using express ammo, and they survive all 5 rounds, and they just dive, headshot me instantly. And that's stupid. I know I could have headshotted them. I don't deny that. But I think that that's stupid when you can take so much... You literally, it's just instant headshots like that, but then body shots basically do nothing. And so that's when, you know, basically the game turns into headshot simulator. That's pretty much, that's my issue with it. That's pretty much what I don't like.
They'll know for
it's almost like Rockstar PvP just sucks all around.
Yeah.
Do you know what
They
game
can't balance anything?
Do you know what Rockstar game had the
Cannon.
worst PvP in it? It was like the most broken thing I've ever played. It wasn't even GTA Online. Because GTA Online,
That's
it's
not
like
Rockstar, bud.
GTA Online, for example, it was like, you know, there's annoying things like the Oppressor Mark II, people easy way out, these orbital cannon, but you can leave the session. I'm talking specifically about, like, PvP modes. Like, the worst PvP that I've ever played in a video game, it's Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 is the worst PvP in a Rockstar game. I know some people are going to say, oh, Max Payne 3 is awesome. Max Payne 3, the single player. I thought the single player was amazing. I had no problem with the single player. It was the multiplayer in Max Payne 3 that I didn't like. Why didn't I like the multiplayer in Max Payne 3? Because in Max Payne 3's multiplayer, you had so many sweats in the multiplayer that didn't make it fun. I used to play the multiplayer back in the day, and all the sweats in that game played as female characters. Every single one of them. All of them. Now, why? Why is everyone playing as a female character in Max Payne 3? The reason, because female characters were harder to hit. That was specifically the reason. They had a smaller hitbox. It was harder to hit them. And that was just stupid that, you know, you play as a female character, you're harder to hit. I didn't like that. And then on top of that, there was a DLC in Max Payne 3 where you could buy a bomb suit. So there's an actual DLC where you could buy a bomb suit. And that bomb suit protected you from explosion. I think it also gave you a little bit more health from bullets. And so what people would do is they would run around as a female character with the bomb suits, and then you know what they would do? They would use dual Desert Eagles. That's what they would do. And the dual Desert Eagles would just one-shot kill you. That's really what they would do. So they would run around with the bomb suit female character and just kill you instantly with dual Desert Eagles. And that's what I didn't like about That's what I didn't like about Max Payne 3. It was just like a joke. It was like, I see these people running around, they do dual Desert Eagles every match with the stupid bomb suits. And I was like, this is stupid, this is dumb. Like, you couldn't use any other gun against them. It was Desert Eagle would just kill every other gun. Every other gun at close range, Desert Eagle would beat. And that's what I found so annoying about Max Payne 3's multiplayer. It's like these sweats, it's every match, dual Desert Eagles, bomb suit. And it honestly just pissed me off. And that's why I never liked Max Payne 3's multiplayer, because of stuff like that. It was just annoying. I love the single player in Max Payne 3. I thought the single player was great. I liked the co-op mode that came out as a DLC later on, but I never liked the multiplayer in Max Payne 3. I thought it was terrible because of that. So that's what I, that was just my whole view on it. Oh, you're in my lobby? Okay, Matt, you can invite me. Will you do another Griefers Fail video? I will one day, Mario. Yeah.
How are you gonna get criticism for donating 20,000 shoes to South African children? Just wow.
What?
I'm reading something right here. Mr. Beast faces criticism after donating 20,000 pairs of shoes to South African children.
What are they criticizing him for there?
Let me read. Let's see. Many kids in South Africa have to walk barefoot miles over harsh terrain, broken glass, contaminated water to get to school. Teamed up with Johannesburg charity called Barefoot No More, the non-profit makes shoes out of innovative materials designed for durability, comfort, flexibility. Let's find what they're complaining about.
Have I ever heard of White Death, the deadliest sniper of all time? Would I ever do a video on him? You're talking about Simo Haiha? Yes, I would, I know who Simo Haiha is. I'm very familiar with him. He's the Finnish sniper. He has 505 confirmed kills. He has the highest kill count of any sniper, and on top of that, he has the highest kill count in the shortest period, 3 months. 3 months for 505 kills. So he is, you know, he is the best sniper, you know, that ever, you know, lived. You know.
Okay, I got something here. It says Mr. Beast's all-on game plan is he wants to die with $0 in his bank account because he refused to live a materialistic life.
Wait, what? What?
What does this have to do with the shoe controversy?
I'm trying to find that. It's just another thing. He's been called demonic after paying for 1,000 people to get cataract surgery.
How is that demonic? Isn't that helping people?
I don't know.
Look.
YouTube's,
I don't know much about the guy. I don't really watch his channel, but I know he does a lot of videos where he helps people out. And so generally I hear good things about him. Whenever I hear people say things about Mr. Beast, it's generally good things. I very rarely will hear somebody say something nasty about him. Most of the time, the people that I hear say nasty things are like the media, the people that get outraged. So it's like the people on Twitter that get outraged, or like the media. I call it the outrage mob, because people are constantly getting outraged about something.
Now listen to this. Fans criticize the YouTube star because they claim he profits off his YouTube videos. One fan called his donation of shoes a millionaire band-aid. People praising things like this good guy Mr. Beast ignore the reality he makes a profit from these types of videos. It isn't really charity.
Okay. Do these people wait. Do these people not realize that if he didn't make all this money on YouTube, he wouldn't be able to do this charity? These people not realize that? Like, it's like, they're so stupid. It's like, he would not be able to do this charity without all the money he makes from these videos. And so he pumps out these videos, he makes a living off of that, sure. Maybe he gets rich off of it. I'm sure he is rich because he's been giving away millions of dollars, but he helps people in it. So who cares if he gets rich? He's helping people at the same time, too. So he's helping a lot of, you know, helping 1,000 people cure blindness. I don't know why anybody would criticize him for that. Like, you know, imagine if Mr. Beast just basically said, like, one day, like, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore because people are just outraged. I guarantee you those same people will be outraged saying, oh, he's not helping people anymore now. So it's like, I don't get I don't get what the issue is. You know, it's just, these idiots will just constantly get outraged over something. These people sit on Twitter all day and they post about dumb things and they think they're some kind of heroes fighting for some dumb cause. That's just like, it's the outrage mob on Twitter. So these people that sit on Twitter, nothing better to do, and they'll constantly get pissed off about something. I mean, I had people attack me on my channel just because I said that it would be a bad idea to change Fahrenheit to Celsius. Like, I wrote on Twitter that it would be a bad idea to change Celsius to Fahrenheit to Celsius in America. I thought that we should keep Fahrenheit. And I had people stem me and call me an idiot for that. So literally, it was just that. I just stated my opinion, and it was just people were just being outraged about that too. So it was just, it's just... That's
I sent the article to this chat. So
let me go to his Matt's
yourself.
camp here also. I'll go to him because he needs help selling something, right? So I'll go to his camp
You
and
can
help
look
him.
at you can look at the article when you get the chance to read it for yourself.
If you hate Twitter so much, why stay on? The thing about Twitter is Twitter is a useful platform for when I need to get the message out. When I need to get like a message out, when I need to tell people, oh, I'm streaming or I'm working on like a project or something like that. Twitter is great, and Twitter is also great for like receiving news. So when I'm hearing about like news about video games and stuff like that, Twitter is helpful, and it's a good source of that. But imagine if I got banned from Twitter like right now just for something stupid. I wouldn't really care that much. Sure, I'd be a bit annoyed because I have 30,000 followers on there. But would I bother making another account at that point? No. I just basically say I'm done. So that was just basically it. So if I did not have a YouTube channel, I'm telling you guys right now, if I did not have a YouTube channel, I would not have a Twitter. That's pretty much what it is. Twitter does help me somewhat with my YouTube channel, but that's pretty much it. If I did not have a YouTube channel, I would not have Twitter because Twitter is just that. It's toxic people on it. Why don't you want the metric system in America? Because this is what we use. What it was, the imperial system. That's our system called, right? What I will say is because we've been using it for so long, and also here's the thing about this is you didn't hear though the full story of what happened. So if you guys want to know how toxic Twitter is, I'll give you guys a perfect example of how toxic Twitter is. So basically, like a year ago, there was some celebrity that came up in my feed like a year ago. I don't know who the celebrity was. It was just like some rich guy. I don't even know who he was. He just randomly got recommended to me. And basically what happened was, in my country, my parliament, the Congress, they were debating on whether to remove daylight savings time, which I have no problem with that. Removing daylight savings time, I would have no issue with that. Most Americans wouldn't. But then at the same time there was people who were saying, oh, we should change from Fahrenheit to Celsius. That's what people were saying at the same time, too. That's something completely different. I don't have a problem with changing daylight savings time, but changing from, like, Fahrenheit to Celsius is something completely different. And I replied to that guy. I replied to that celebrity, and I wrote to him that if you change daylight savings time, there's not really that much of a problem with it. But if you change, like, Fahrenheit to Celsius, for example, all you're going to do is you're going to have, like, a ton of problems from something like that. So it's not going to, So the reason that you would have like a ton of problems from something like that is because, think about it this way. Is somebody have my stream on in the background? Because I hear myself repeating. Okay, but yeah, if somebody could turn that off, please. I just don't like hearing myself repeat. But Celsius is much more simpler than Fahrenheit. It has nothing to do with being much more simpler. It's the fact that Americans use Fahrenheit. That's what we've used Fahrenheit for so long, and there's no issue with Fahrenheit. There's nothing wrong with using Fahrenheit as a system. Like, a lot of people basically, they look at America as a country, and they're like, oh, you look, Americans use Fahrenheit. Nobody else in the world uses Fahrenheit. We all use Celsius. But the thing is, just because the rest of the world does something, doesn't mean that America needs to follow that. And so we've used...
use Fahrenheit.
What?
How does that feel?
What did you say?
You all should use Fahrenheit.
Well, yeah,
People
and
who
look,
use Celsius, you use Fahrenheit. How
that's
does
the
that
thing.
feel?
That's the thing about that is like in my country we use Fahrenheit, and we have no problem using Fahrenheit. We're still able to accurately measure the temperature, and like I see these people. Some of these people are like so stupid, and I'll tell you something. I've seen some of these comments, and some of these people, they think that Americans don't know how to measure Celsius. They think Americans are like stupid or something. We know how to measure Celsius. We learn how to measure Celsius in school. The only difference is we don't use Celsius as our main scale. We use Fahrenheit. And so I was trying to explain to this celebrity, I was trying to tell him that if we change from Fahrenheit to Celsius, all that's going to do is going to cause a bunch of problems. It's going to cause a ton of problems because everyone is going to have to get used to that now. And so people aren't going to, while people know how to measure Celsius, it's going to take some time to adjust to that. It's going to cause a bunch of unnecessary problems. Why deal with that? Well, we could just keep the status quo with Fahrenheit, and we don't have to deal with the extra problems. And like, for example, when you say 30 Fahrenheit, most people would think that that's cold. But you say 30 Celsius, that's something completely different. And so that's the point that I was getting at. I was saying that if you change Fahrenheit to Celsius, it's just going to cause a bunch of problems. We're using Fahrenheit right now. There's really no issue with that. And when I made those comments, I had so many people reply to me on Twitter. I had a ton of people reply to me on Twitter and people just insulting me. I was being respectful the entire time. I wasn't being rude in what I said, but I had people insulting me, and they were defending this celebrity like I was attacking him or something like that. I wasn't attacking the celebrity. I was just disagreeing with him. But I had people spam me, and they basically said, "Oh, you stupid Americans, dumb Americans, you think you're better than everyone else. You're using you want to use Fahrenheit instead of Celsius." No, never said we're better than everyone. I just said this is what we use. And then one guy said Americans are so stupid it takes them 2 generations to learn how to use Celsius. That's what one guy said. So like, why do we have to use Celsius? I don't understand this. If we're using Fahrenheit and it's working fine for us, there's really no problem. And also on top of that, when Red Dead Redemption 2 first came out, the temperature is in Fahrenheit. You can change it to Celsius, but the temperature is in Fahrenheit. And so many people that don't know how to use Fahrenheit didn't know how to read Fahrenheit. And they were struggling with that. So, like, people make fun of Americans all the time, and they say Americans don't know how to read Celsius. But so many people, when they were playing Red Dead Redemption 2, they didn't know how to read Fahrenheit the first time. And I never made fun of those people. But the point that I'm getting at is that this country has one system, this country is another system. Stop trying to change the system of another country just because you don't like it. It's like, Americans are fine with using Fahrenheit. We have no problem with any other. We have no problem with Europeans or the rest of the world using Celsius. So stop trying to change it in our country. That's like just the point that I was making at when I said that. So that's pretty much what it is. So that's an example of why Twitter is such a toxic hellhole, because people were insulting my country over just temperature. That's what they were, temperature scales. Like literally, that's something that people are going to insult me over and insult my country is temperature scales. Yeah, that's imagine being that stupid on Twitter that like you're going to argue with somebody over temperature. That's Okay, I'm at the camp. What are we selling somebody's Oh no, we're in my posse right now. I'm a bit confused. Is anyone gonna join my posse here?
We're all in your posse.
Yeah, but didn't we have more
invite
people?
people to the session.
Okay.
I think Matt.
Isn't Matt in here already? I hate when people make fun of you, dude, or whatever. You're too innocent, haha. Well, thank you for the super chat, Jay. I'll tell you something. People can make fun of me. They can. I really don't care about that. And it's like, people can make fun of me for saying like and stuff like that, but that's their right. They want to, make videos about that. They want to make fun of me. Go right ahead. It's their channels. They can do what they want on their channels. I'm not going to react to stuff like that, nor am I going to try to censor it, nor am I going to try to get YouTube to take videos like that down. I could, I could try to get YouTube videos like that taken down, saying that it's harassment, but I don't even do stuff like that. So, just let it stay up, and just generally that. So people can make fun of me. It's whatever. It's their right. But that's pretty much it about that. I don't censor people on my channel. I don't do that. I don't believe in censorship. So, you'll see comments on my channel of people that'll just insult me. Like, people will just insult me. Like, they'll call me an idiot and stuff like that. I don't even delete comments like that. Sometimes the moderators will, delete some comments from chat, but I don't delete anything personally if I see somebody insulting me. The only time that I will literally ban people from chat and ban people from commenting, I'll oftentimes warn them, but then I'll ban them if they don't listen, is when if they're pulling a scam, I instant ban. So if it's a scam, it's instant ban. There's no warning. The other time I'll give a warning is if they're spamming, it's getting really annoying, or if they're posting something racist. Then, then at that point, I'll typically, give them a warning. They don't listen, then it'll be, suspension, then ban. But I don't even delete people's comments for just insulting me. If somebody posts like a single comment saying you're an idiot, no, I don't delete that. It's whatever. It's,
Is anyone else getting a glitch where you just can't call your horse? There's no
Yes,
message.
I've had that happen the whole day today. I don't know if it's something new, but this whole day I've been struggling to call my horse, and it's been happening. I hate when people make fun of me, so I admire you for shrugging it off. Well, thank you, Ice Cream.
My main group has been putting me down for years, and
I heard about that. I don't know
just-
too much about that, Mario.
my main group's been putting me down for years, and I'm finally free to no longer join there as much. That's why I'm happy to be here.
How does the political system in American overseas territories like the USVI, American Samoa, Guam, and Puerto Rico work? Do they have separate US-backed governments, or are they governed like states? They're not states. They have some. I think I read about it some time ago. They have some form of representation in the Congress, but it's very minimal. Technically, they are in a what is it? They're part of America technically, but they don't have state representation. However, though, because they're not states in America, they don't have to pay federal income taxes. So, like, Puerto Ricans, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I don't think that they pay federal income taxes towards America, which, it should be like that, because if no taxation without representation, it's pretty much the American way. And so that's one day I would support them having a referendum. I'd be fine with that. So that's like, hopefully one day something like that happens. Is Matt in the session here?
He is.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna join Matt's posse then. Okay.
I'll be back in a bit. I'm just gonna close my game, get something to drink, because I cannot call my horse. I'll be back.
Okay, Matt, here we go.
Hey, Pat.
Are you in the session, Mole? Yes, Michael?
Yeah, I noticed that you were talking about Celsius and Fahrenheit earlier. Yeah, you know that Canada uses Celsius, right?
I know that, yes.
Yeah, I'm actually not that good with Fahrenheit and stuff, but what's it called? I actually had something kind of similar to what you said actually happened with the argument about Fahrenheit and Celsius. Some guy, when I said that, who would say some American, I said that it gets up to like 40, it can get up to 40 to almost 50 degrees Celsius here in Ontario, Canada. You know what this American said? Oh, that's cold.
Yeah, well, he didn't know that that Celsius is like, yeah, because 40 to 50 Fahrenheit, I don't consider that cold. I consider that warm, actually, for me. But it's I know some people might think I'm crazy for that, but it's I consider it cold when it's like 20 degrees usually, like around there. I guess I'm just used to the I'm just used to the cold. What?
You guys get cold?
I get cold, sure, but I guess that a lot of people that are used to like warmer temperatures they'll get cold a lot faster than me.
Yeah,
It's the same thing that like in like if I went to like a tropical climate, the people that live in those tropical climates, I would get a lot I'd get, the heat would bother me. It's a lot quicker than the people that live there.
It don't get cold where I'm at.
Yeah, 40 to 50, 40 to almost 50 degrees Celsius here in like Ontario. That's really hot.
It don't get cold where I'm at. It's only hot down here. Hot,
Oh
hot,
wow,
hot,
his
hot.
camp is so far away. Okay, I'm just gonna fast travel there.
Well,
Possibly scientist. If we get like another event, we could do that.
what would 45 degrees Celsius be in Fahrenheit? That would definitely be in the
That would be very hot. I know that. I don't know the exact comparison. Let me look at that here.
Yeah, because that's the hottest that our summers can get.
That's
And
113 degrees Fahrenheit. That's very hot.
Yeah. People don't think that Canada can get that hot in certain places. Southern Canada can get really hot because of global warming and climate change nowadays.
What's your What's your PSN, Mole? Is there anybody that's waiting to join this posse?
Nope. I don't even have the game installed.
GTA 7 clickbait. Hey, Red Dead Redemption Outlaw.
Hey, Melon, what did you think of that cross-eyed cat I sent you?
Yeah. But I watched an episode of South Park Zom where it was entirely focused on Canada.
Ah,
What I consider...
Yeah, Canada was striking and no one cared.
and I'm guessing there's probably tons of like Canadian, what do you call that stuff?
Wait, what strike? What are you talking about?
It was an episode of South Park where Canada wasn't getting treated right, and they went on strike. The entire country did, and the guy was running it didn't let anybody eat or drink, and people were dying, and the whole world didn't care. The only thing
Wait, he
got
did
was some
what?
coupons to. Basically, he was some kind of, I can't remember what it's called.
Was this a recent episode?
No, this is a much older one.
Also, dude, would you consider playing State of Decay 2 on Xbox? It's on PC too. Give us an add-on if you want. Or maybe play Dark Cloud on PS5. It's a classic but enjoyable. Have a good day. Thank you, Jay. That's a zombie game, right? I would consider playing that one day.
Damn.
Hello, Pearl. I've just joined a stream. How long have you been streaming for? Isn't it funny that you said you liked hamburgers in the last Red Dead Online stream, then a hamburger appeared in the GTA Online? Yes. Drug Wars, The Last Dose trailer. Yes. Thank you, Zombie.
I know people are gonna hate me for this, but I do not like hamburgers at all.
I had a hamburger earlier today, actually. The funny thing about that.
I don't know why. I just hate the taste of them.
And burgers are pretty good, especially Canadian ones.
So
I can try to add you later, Mole, or somebody in the posse could add you, because I just can't add people during my streams.
Yeah, you don't want to get those people targeted by the a-holes.
Hey, Kai, remember in Chinatown Wars you found the burger in the dumpster?
Yeah.
That was funny. You were like, ew.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sift through dirty burgers just to find a handgun.
Yeah, I like the hot wiring mini games.
Superheroes or comic books? Not really. No, I was more into that when I was younger. Not really anymore.
Star Wars comics is pretty good.
When I was a kid, I wasn't much into superheroes, actually.
Keep it the
I
good
like
work,
Spider-Man,
professional. Thank you.
Batman here and there, though. I was actually more into World War II heroes, actually. I said that I considered them as real heroes.
Have you seen those AI videos where they turn GTA games to a movie concept from the 80s or 90s? Yes, I've seen that.
This dude spelled Kotashi wrong.
My Spanish class has been going pretty good. How are you and what's for dinner? Hello, Aunt. I think I'm gonna have soup for dinner today. Somebody doxed you? Well, I hope that you report that.
Oh, I forgot there's a new bundle for that guy. I gotta check that out. Oh, what is this? Another one of these?
Do I play The Division 2?
Yeah.
Yes, I played The Division 2 a bit in the past, but I haven't played it in some time.
Or spongy enemies.
The Star Wars sequel trilogy, I don't really like it.
Sucks.
Failure.
It was a failure. The only good movie in it was The Force Awakens. Ooh, I like that skin.
Yeah, that video is actually fun.
Mhm. Take a look at this.
And I guess to sell whenever you're ready here. I could try to Ruben, but I have only a limited amount of people that I can add because my friends list gets full really quickly. This is on PlayStation. I'm playing on the PS5, but I'm playing the PS4 version of Red Dead.
There's only a PS4 version that's been out because I think Red Dead Redemption 2 came out before the PS5, so even announced or even a concept.
No next gen patch, sadly.
Nope. Breakpoint's getting one now.
Hey Eddie, thank you for the super chat, man.
Hey, bro.
Yes?
Ghost is getting another skin next week.
Oh,
He's getting.
oh,
He's
okay.
getting two. Yeah, it's all black and gold.
Hold on, someone in chat is doxing. What?
What?
What happened?
Intense Robbie, the professional, Joseph Stalin in chat just doxed me. Is that real, dude? Is there any proof of that?
Oh yeah, I see Intense Robbie's comment.
Let's see here.
Hey, look what I found, Millens, what IGN posted.
Let me see here.
If all he said is the birth year, like, I don't really consider that doxing.
Yeah, he reacted to his birth year. That's what it was about. I mean, don't talk about things like that to him. You know, it's not good, but it's still that's not technically that, I guess.
Just don't tell anything personal. It's just that.
It's a really bad idea when you put your birth year in like in names, though. Don't ever do stuff like that when you make names on games, guys.
Yeah, I kind of. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Ooh. That would explain a lot.
I mean, just a year is really not that revealing of anything.
Yeah, don't put your first name in your last name. Put your birth year. That makes it easy to find you.
Yeah, I wish I'd learned that on a different website. Now I can see when my account got hacked. Ain't
I
that
guess
great?
you could probably come up with a nickname, but probably put your your number name, I guess. But don't maybe not put the entire like year. You can play like, for example, if you're born in the year 97, and just put the number 97. I guess something like that.
Someone's name in the chat is Preston Garvey, the guy from Fallout 4.
Yeah, the Preston was a bit annoying in Fallout 4, though. He would just constantly tell you the settlements that need help.
Again, he's better than the Brotherhood of Steel, and Sebi will definitely get on my case for that.
Protect the people at the minute's notice.
Hey, Pearl, hope you're having a good evening. Just moved in with my friend for my new job. Oh, that's good, Dylan. Hope everything goes well for you, man. How bad of a person would you say Joseph Mengele is? Joseph Mengele is evil. That's, you know, a horrible, horrible human being. One of the most,
Who's
evil
Joseph
men in
Mengele?
history.
Who's that?
He was a Nazi doctor who experimented on concentration camp victims.
Oh, that's just perfect.
He was
Same
really
thing the
evil
Empire is
man.
doing right now.
He was a really, really evil man.
Same thing the Empire is doing in Star Wars right now.
But it's not, you don't really, compare, like, horrible atrocity that happened in real life to, like, Star Wars, though. It's,
But here's the thing: the Empire is basically space Nazis.
Oh, that's what they're inspired by, sure, yes, but...
They rule through fascism doesn't mean
Yeah,
they
I mean,
are Nazis.
Well, the Empire was based on the, Nazi Germany, but I'm just saying is that, best not to compare Star Wars to, like, something, horrible, like, horrible atrocity like that in real life.
But that's what they're doing. They're experimenting on people in their little Camino mountains in the Bad Batch.
Yes, he did drown. I think he drowned in, like, Brazil or something like that. Mengele escaped. That was the thing about that.
Nice red shirt, bro.
Well, thank you. But Mengele, there's a few theories that Mengele was possibly drowned, that somebody killed him. But if that happened, too, I wouldn't care about that because he deserved it. So Mengele was a horrible person. If you've seen the picture of what Mengele looks like when he does that smile, it's just such an evil smile. It's Yes, I did play some of the WWE games when I was younger. I did play those.
It's fake.
You like them or not really anymore?
I haven't played them in so long.
It's all fake.
Back then when I was a kid and I played some of the earlier WWE games, I literally, I didn't think that WWE was fake at that point when I was, younger. And so that's why I got more into the games. But, like, now, really, I probably wouldn't have fun playing those games.
Oh, cool.
What was the one game you played where you can have, like, your custom intro song imported from your PS?
Oh, that was Fight Night Champion. Yeah. Yeah, so,
Speaking of WWE for a minute, though, I saw an article the other day that, I don't know who's floating the idea, if it's Vince McMahon or who, but they were floating the idea of allowing betting on it, which it's a rigged match. You can't.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah. Hi, Demi.
Heyo.
Pro, do you think that the PS6 will be an all-digital console only? Do you care about it being one in physical going away? It's never going to be all-digital. There's never going to be like that. They might release an all-digital console, but there's always going to be a disc variant. There will always be one. There's plenty of people that play offline. You have to remember that, too. And so they want a disc. Is that red shirt from Huang Lee's cosplay? It is, Mr. Weifu.
I'll say, though, disc games nowadays no longer contain the whole game like they used to. They're just a download key on a physical disc. Kinda wish that wasn't the standard.
There was a, I hate how people call Castro a hero. Yeah, well, about that is I actually got into an argument with a guy, about this specifically, who was telling me that, like, Castro was a hero. It was, like, in a comment section of a YouTube video, like, a few weeks ago. But, and I told the guy that, like, I told him specifically that, my parents grew up in communist Poland. And so, like, do you honestly think that, like, that is a good system, that's a good thing? And literally, and he told me that I didn't know what I was talking about, and then I was like, it was like a really stupid reply. Like, he told me that I was pushing, like, imperialist American propaganda. Like, it was a dumb reply. And then he told me that Poland was flourishing under communism, and he's like, the Soviets helped rebuild Polish infrastructure and all this other stuff. Blah, 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 this. And he didn't even talk about the starvation or the poverty or any of that happened in Poland. Like, the thing about this is my father, when he was, growing up in Poland, my grandfather was a deadbeat. He was. Like, I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but, like, from what I hear about my grandfather, I never met him, but he was, a really bad guy. Like, he wasn't a nice man, And for people wondering, when I talk about my great-grandfather, that was the guy that was a good guy. So just not to be confused with my great-grandfather. But my grandfather on my father's side, he was a drunk. He was very abusive. And he, like, the type of environment that my dad grew up in, it was that basically, if he made my dad a meal, and my dad would not finish it, and he was just, he wasn't that, he just said he wasn't hungry anymore, my grandfather would take the plate and just smash it over my dad's head. And so that's the type of person that my grandfather was. And so my grandfather wasn't there for the family a lot of times. And so my father, because my grandfather was getting drunk a lot of times, my father had to actually, like, take care of his 2 younger brothers, because my dad had 2 younger brothers, and he had to take care of them. And so my dad had to work and take care of his 2 younger brothers, and he didn't have enough a lot of times for food and just, basic necessities. And so my dad had to actually sell stuff on the street to just basically try to make, like, a living. And this was under communism in Poland. And what happened was that was actually illegal.
You guys want to do railroad baron?
Yeah, we could do that. That was actually illegal under communism. Under communism, if you tried to sell anything in communism on the street, that was illegal. That was actually considered profiting the so-called capitalist system. And if you did that, you'd get arrested for that. And so, like, and I'll give you a perfect example. If you grow tomatoes in your backyard and you sell them on the streets, you'd be arrested in a communist country for doing that. And so that's, like, the fact that you eat tomatoes, you're not even making that much money from it if you grow tomatoes, but they didn't care. It was any extra profit that you made from that was considered immoral under communist system. And so that's what my dad had to do. He had to risk, like, selling stuff on the streets just to be able to make an ends meet in communism. And so it honestly pisses me off when I see these stupid, like, idiots on, like, Twitter and stuff like that, and they basically just write about, like, oh, communism's a good system, like, everyone's equal, blah blah blah. This, they don't even realize the suffering, the poverty. My parents lived it. They lived through that hell in Eastern Europe. And so it just pisses me off when I hear, like, these people just talking about just like there's experts on it, everything like that. And then you'll hear people making, like, a dumb comment, or they'll say, oh, that wasn't real communism, the real communism wasn't used. But, like, how many communist countries was there in the world? There was the Soviet Union, there was Poland, there was Bulgaria, there was Hungary, there was Czechoslovakia, Albania, there was Yugoslavia, there was Angola, there was Ethiopia, there was Somalia, there was Burkina Faso, there was you can name all these communist countries, Cuba, there were so many of them. North Korea, China, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. Like, literally 1/3 of almost all the countries in the world were communist. A lot of people don't know that. 1/3 of the world used to be communist. And so, Mongolia also. And so, every single one of these countries, communism was a failure. Every single one. There's a reason that no communist countries exist anymore except Cuba. And, you could argue probably North Korea to an extent. But, like, if it was such a good system, you wouldn't have it collapse in pretty much every country that it's been in.
These people say communists are good. Why don't they go live there and see how it is? Why don't you ever fire back at that? If you think communism is so great, why don't you go see how it works? You'll change your tune instantly. You live in those poor ghettos.
And I'll tell you something. The people who praise communism, oftentimes, do you see what they're doing? They're oftentimes using capitalist products. Like, how many times, like, the people that praise communism, they're literally sitting on their iPhones oftentimes. And then they're talking about how much good do you realize that under communism, you wouldn't have your iPhone? You wouldn't even be able to go on Twitter in a communist country. Like, so it's just, these people, they constantly rant, about capitalism. And look, I'm not the guy that's going to be just sitting there and defending capitalism. I understand that capitalism isn't a perfect system. There's bad things that happen in capitalism. Obviously, not going to sit there and deny that. But if you compare it to communism, capitalism is a much better system than communism. And so I don't know, I don't know how anybody can, I guess
train spawn is
I guess the posse didn't join with me on the, on this.
I don't think any other economic system, though, has given such opportunity for people to, change their status within economic class, whatever, like, going from poverty to middle class to, what would above that be? Top class? High class? I don't know what you want to call it. But to move up and down the scale has not been as accessible before. And you know, you can think of that what you will, but it's just
You know,
an observation.
my professor in college, he used to say, and I'll never forget what he said. He would always say that capitalism is not a perfect system, but it's far better than any other system that has been tried. That's what he's always said. China doesn't practice real communism, but you're doing the exact same thing that these people are doing when they say that it's not real communism. And you know, in China, I would agree that China is, you know, mostly a capitalist country. It's not a, you know, communist country, but it, you know, it has this communism in the name. But regardless, while China might not have the economic system of communism, they very much have the social system of communism. Because if you look at how China's government works, it works just like any other communist government. You know, it's very authoritarian. You know, you have the, you know, secret police. You have the state just censoring everything. So that was yeah, so see, look, I'm going for headshots right now, and I'm killing people constantly. Oh, great. Okay. Oh, okay. That was a really good kill. I should put that on a highlight. No, they haven't added train robberies or anything. They abandoned this game. Yeah, oh,
I can't
sorry.
jump onto the train because this game is dog shit.
Yeah,
Just
but
saying
like,
that
you
right
know,
now.
when I go for headshots, I can kill people really quickly in this game too when I go for headshots, but... Oh, great. I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I knew it. But yeah, so see, I can go for headshots. I can kill people too. But the reason I don't like the headshot spam, because I just think it's stupid, just constantly going for headshots. It's unrealistic too. Nobody would go for headshots in Wild West scenario. Like, you see these movies where, like, people, like, in these Wild West movies, like, people, like, shoot guns out of people's hands. But stuff like that didn't really happen in the Wild West. You know, you wouldn't have people shoot guns out of people's hands. That's just mostly something that you see in movies. Even the best, you know, shooters back then, you know, wouldn't do stuff like that. So... Wow, that wasn't a headshot. I think that was a headshot, but... Yeah, you only blame the Well, the Lancaster, it's because the Lancaster is such a fast... It's such a fast fire rate. That's the problem with the Lancaster. It's such a fast fire rate, and it's so accurate. So that's really my problem with the Lancaster.
The Lancaster.
Ah, great.
There we go. I'm gonna download the chainsaw demo.
I don't know why the bridge has to take such a narrow track on this map. No one can hop on it.
Okay, Thoughts on Irish reunification? Well, that's not gonna happen. That's, the majority of people in Northern Ireland don't want to be part of Ireland, and so that's, you know, not gonna happen. Oh, come on. At this point, okay.
Yeah, disbanding Posse was a mistake before joining this.
I didn't realize I disbanded the posse. That was just, Damn. Oh, hey, I got killed by something else other than a Lancaster as a Springfield. Let's use the Litchfield, the gun, the repeater that no one uses. Oh, great. Oh, that sucked. That was just such a bad situation. I'm not ignoring you, Palm. There's just a lot of people that are posting.
Just repeat your comment.
How did that...
Hey, Pat.
Ah, great, yeah. Well, I got the jump on them good in there, though, at least. Great, we want to get in this tunnel right now, yep. What the... Great, there's a bridge here. Yeah, this is... What the... Oh, okay. I guess I got blown up here.
How can this guy shoot me through a box?
Worst Reddit Online mission, the Tobin Winfield bounty. Do I have a favorite Western? Don't know if I really have one. Oh, good work, Chess.
Best Western to me, Django Unchained.
I killed 23 people, huh?
Really awesome. Really, really awesome movie. I love that one. Django Unchained.
Well, Mole, we started a railroad baron. That was just why. It was I thought I had the posse enabled, but I guess I didn't. So it was my fault there. But
did you ever see that movie before, Pat? Django Unchained.
Oh my, hang on. I'm gonna hang on. Like this guy right here. It was just. Yeah, I'm gonna just literally, a moment here. Now I got the Lancaster, this broken thing. See, this is exactly what I'm talking with the Lancaster. See what I can do with this thing. This is...
I think Lancaster's pretty good. I just don't aim for the head.
It's highly accurate. Low damage, so if you're to like do body shots, it should have a lower fire rate if it's going to be that accurate.
See? You guys see what I can do with the Lancaster. Like, there's a 3-man posse versing me by myself right now, and I'm killing them. And this is exactly why I try to avoid using the Lancaster, because I think it's just broken. It's, never been much of a fan of it, personally.
You want to talk broken? Try the new shotgun in Modern Warfare 2 with incendiary rounds. That thing's broken. It'll kill you before you even know what the hell's happening.
What shotgun was added?
The Sega.
The KV broadside.
Well, that was what it's called in game.
Yeah, that's what the game calls it.
Yeah, it's broken as hell.
Oh,
Even in
look,
Warzone, it'll kill you before you even know what was happening.
I don't know much about that that organization, Mario, so I can't really comment. Thank you for the super chat, Doom.
Hold on, I have to go to my laptop and take a look at it.
What would you want from Battlefront 3? All the different time periods in Star Wars. I would like maybe a mode where you can, like... I'd like Galactic Conquest. Yeah, I'd like to see, like, Galactic Conquest come back and stuff like that. Thank you, Antonio.
Oh, nice.
But you guys saw what I did to those players right there. 3 players that jumped me. And I literally just killed all of them, the Lancaster, and all 3 of them were shooting at me. And that's just Lancaster headshots. So that's the thing is, people tell me, get good at this game. You know, don't complain. But the thing is, I can do it too. I can do Lancaster headshot spam too, but I choose not to. Because I think it's boring. It makes the game stupid when you do stuff like that. So that's why I don't use the Lancaster. You don't see me. But I was trying to do that to prove a point. And that posse who jumped me proved my point for me. So thank you for actually jumping me. So that's,
You could use any other gun, but everyone was saying, "Oh, just use the Lancaster if it's broken." He just used it.
Yeah, I mean, I just proved my point. I proved, like, you guys saw... Did you guys see how instantly I killed them? Like, I didn't even miss. I got instant headshots each time I used the Lancaster. So that was, like, Thank you for jumping me, pro. Yeah, do you, is Mold Jam in here in the session now? Well, look, I will reply to comments. Like, I don't ignore comments. I'll reply to them, and I'll even argue with people. So, Wait, who, Chaz?
Someone had made a account called Robbie Swanson is retarded, and had some stuff in the message, so I banned the account.
Okay. Well, I'm glad the person's banned. I'm just a bit confused on what's going on. Okay. I don't really follow celebrities, Isaiah. Is Mold Jam in this session? Hey, Epic, how are you, man? Hey, Art. Is Mole still in this session or not? What Ace Attorney character should have their own game? How about Francesca? A game where you play as Francesca. That'd be kind of interesting. What is your advice to someone who wants to be a YouTuber? I would say have a backup plan, because a lot of people, they think, oh, I want to be a YouTuber, but the thing is, what if that doesn't work out necessarily? Because I never planned to be a YouTuber. I didn't. YouTube is just something that I just did for fun. It was just a side hobby that I just did until it eventually grew into something that I could support myself with. But that's what I would say is, make sure you have a backup plan just in case. Well, I don't know what's going on, Robbie. I'm sorry if somebody's been harassing you, but I think my moderators had banned the guy that was harassing you, but I'm sorry that you went through that. But
we're taking care of it.
Do you agree with the Founding Fathers that America should have a large army? The Founding Fathers never believed in having a large army. They were against that. The Founding Fathers actually believed that standing armies could lead to government tyranny. So they were, that's actually the I don't know where you got that from, Antonio, but the Founding Fathers never believed in a large army. They didn't. They believed in somewhat of an army, but they never believed in having a large army. I mean, like, if the American Founding Fathers were alive, there would be several things today if they saw America that would piss them off. Probably the number one thing that would piss them off was just how the size of the government. They didn't like that. They believed in a very small, somewhat powerful but not too powerful federal government. So it was just, they believed a lot in states' rights. They didn't believe in a very large standing army. There'd be a few things that would, make them very unhappy. Another thing that they... I'll tell you something else. Another thing that would probably piss off, like, the founders is that when politicians mix religion with law, they really wouldn't like that, too. So that was, they thought that they really didn't believe in government mixing with religion. They were totally against that. So there was, those guys, came back to life. There'd be, like, a lot of things that they wouldn't like today. Do I have a green screen? No, I use NVIDIA Broadcast. I don't know what happened, Robbie. I wasn't, I don't know what was going on in the chat. I was playing the game, so I don't know what was happening. But, the moderators have unbanned you, and they've banned the guy that was harassing you. So, moderators didn't know what was going on at first, and... I meant not having a large army. Oh, yeah, well, Well, yeah, I mean, it was very hypocritical. You had people that would come to the New World, and they would come to the New World for religious freedom, and then they would do the same thing to the people that they moved to that place. Like, for example, like, remember, if you watch my North Dakota video when I went to Bismarck, like, there's a lot of German Americans in North Dakota. Like, North Dakota has a lot of German Americans, and the reason that is because that was actually before World War I, where, like, a lot of Germans had settled in North Dakota. So that's why there's, like, a massive Lutheran population there, too. That's the main religion that's in Germany. But the thing about this is there was also, like, a lot of German Catholics that came out to North Dakota. And the thing is, Catholics were treated pretty badly by, like, the Lutherans in Germany. And so, most of the German Catholics were typically in the south of Germany, but they weren't treated very well by the Lutherans. And so, when they came to North Dakota, for example, the German Catholics treated the Native Americans not too well. And what they did was they would constantly harass the Native Americans, and they would try to, convert them to Lutheranism, which isn't that really the same thing that that the Luther no to Catholicism. I'm sorry. So isn't that the same thing the Lutherans were doing to the Catholics? So I don't personally understand that too. The founding fathers would also hate how they're being disrespected by people nowadays. Not really. Sure they wouldn't like it, but the founding fathers were not shy of criticism. They believed in criticism. Why does that guy turn his horse like that? The founding fathers were very big advocates of free speech, so they would, I don't think they would, mind that too much, personally, people making fun of them and stuff like that.
I am back.
Do you think freedom of,
I'm sorry.
Do you think freedom of speech should be unrestricted? My view on freedom of speech is that I think there shouldn't be any I don't think there should be any speech that should be restricted in freedom of speech. There are obviously limits, like you can't say like, fire in a movie theater or bomb in an airplane, but, when somebody does something like that, that's not really free speech, that's endangering the public, that's creating a panic that can actually get people killed. But when it comes to like non-threatening situations, I don't think there should be any restrictions on free speech, none. Basically, my personal view on that is that if somebody has ignorant views, if somebody is saying something bad, that I don't think the correct answer is to censor them. I think the correct thing is to prove that person wrong. Like, use education, educate the person. Use education, use facts and logic, and try to prove the person wrong. I think that by censoring the person, you're not accomplishing anything. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, if let's say that somebody's spreading nonsense conspiracy theories around, right? Somebody's pushing some ridiculous conspiracy theory that has no truth to it whatsoever. It's nonsense. But if you censor somebody like that, somebody that's pushing like a ridiculous, like let's just take the flat earthers, for example, the people that believe the earth is flat, and yes, there's people like that. If you censor the flat earthers, if you just delete their comments, if you don't let them speak their mind, then what the flat earthers are basically going to do is they're basically going to say, oh look, they're censoring me, they don't want you to know the truth, they're trying to hide the truth that the earth is flat. And so basically the people that would get censored, even if those people are 100% wrong, by censoring them, you are actually giving them more attention, because then those people can basically just turn around and say, oh look, I'm being censored, and the person will actually get more attention. The correct thing, instead of censoring the flat earther, the correct thing to do would be to talk to the flat earther and say to him, why do you believe the world is flat, and try to have a reasonable actual discussion, and just say to him, you can take a plane around the world and you can prove that the world is not flat. You can go on Google Earth and you can see the world is not flat. You can fire a bow and arrow, and when the arrow comes down, that's the Coriolis effect. That proves that the Earth is not flat either. So how somebody can say that the world is flat there's no idea what they're talking about. Use facts and logic, and you try to reason with the person. By censoring people, that doesn't help. And also, the problem is that when you censor somebody, who decides that, really? Who decides who gets censored exactly? Like, who has the right to decide that? Who has the right to decide that? And the thing about this is, I'll tell you guys something. I'm not trying to get into politics or anything like that here, but, for example, the president that's in American politics right now, his government tried to create some government agency or something like that was basically going to call out misinformation. So the current president, he tried to create a government agency that would specifically fight disinformation. And the thing is, the majority of the American public was so outraged by that, and they were so pissed off about that. And the thing is, people that were supporters of the president were basically saying that, oh, what's wrong with fighting disinformation? But it's the problem with that is you mix politics into that, because who decides what's disinformation exactly? When you have the government why should the government tell you what's disinformation and what's not? The thing is, though, is the people on their own should decide. It's people's own responsibility. You look up the facts, you look up what's true and what's not, and you on your own decide what's the truth and what's not. The government shouldn't be telling you what's disinformation and what's not. The public, the person themselves, it's their responsibility to look up the facts, find out what's going on, and they themselves can make, a reasonable decision on what is disinformation or not. And I'll tell you something. The same people that want the government to regulate what's disinformation or not, those same people would freak out. They would absolutely freak out if the other side wanted to do the exact same thing. If the other side politically tried to do the exact same thing, where they tried to say, oh, we're going to create our own government agency that's going to fight disinformation, they would freak out, and they would say, no, that's going to be used to censor us. So it's bad on both. both. And I'm not supporting it for either side. I'm saying it's bad for both. No, the government, whatever the politics are, doesn't matter what party's doing it. No political party should be deciding what's disinformation or what's not. It should be up to the people on their own. People use education, look up the facts, find out on your own, and that's pretty much it. So the government really, I don't think, should be in the censoring business, and I don't think they should be deciding what is disinformation from that. I think that's personally up to the people to decide stuff like that. That's my view on free speech. I don't think that free speech should be limited at all. I think, all ideas should be thrown around, and all ideas should be discussed. The only free speech that I don't think is free speech is when you threaten somebody or cause a panic. That's pretty much it. But I don't think that there should be anything. And even if there's free speech insulting me, like people insult me all the time, I don't censor them. So that's it. I personally think that if somebody should make themselves look stupid. Eventually people are gonna make themselves look stupid, and that's it. So that's that's just my view on it.
That misinformation thing. Even if it wasn't stupid, and even if they were doing things in such a way that somehow everyone unanimously agreed that yes, whatever they're doing is for the right reason, which it's not. But anyways, the means by which they would do this would be censoring people. It would be active government censorship of just people that they choose to censor. So the very mechanism that they use would be wrong. But that's it.
Ministry of Truth.
Yeah, it's literally that.
Hey, Trio, can you send me an invite?
Censorship is my thing, professional. Remember that? Soviet Union. Well, thank you for the super chat.
Yes, I'd like an invite too, please.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna probably be doing poker doubt right now, though. I'm probably gonna do that right now, though.
Okay.
Did Molcham ever join?
Well, I just
No,
got back
even though we gave numerous offers.
Well, I just got back like 5 minutes ago.
Well, there's a guy in the chat who's trying to tell you his blessing.
Well, Mole, there's just a lot of comments coming up. Maybe Matt didn't see your comment. Over this train station right here is a poker table there. Thank you, J-Hack, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Is Robbie still here? What happened to Robbie?
Yeah, speaking of censorship, I one of my posts on my social media, it got censored for misinformation a few times.
Well, I'm not gonna ask, I'm not gonna ask what you posted, but I'm just gonna say that, it's not up to the government or, I think social media to personally decide on what is, misinformation and what's not. That's up to the people, and I think it's, it's up to people to decide on what's misinformation and what's not. But anyways, I'm gonna go into game chat here, and I'm gonna, play a little bit of poker here. Let me do that. And okay, here we go. Public buy-in. Okay, well, Mo, we can play next time. It just that, but yeah, we'll just play next time. Yeah, well, I mean, I have some interesting discussions, but if I made, highlights and some of the things I would say, I think people would try to throw politics into it, and I would hate if that happened. And so I wouldn't want something like that to happen because I stay away from politics. Because what I said about free speech, people would interpret that as political. What I said, my views on free speech, but I don't consider that political at all. There's nothing political about supporting free speech. So that's that. But I very rarely play at this poker table. Okay, I see him all. Well, Ruben, is Ruben still commenting? I said that, I said I could try Ruben, but there's just a lot of people that are there's a lot of people that try to add me. I could try my best, but I just have to remove somebody from my, my friends list. And sophistry, I don't mind you using the, Lancaster, I just want to make that clear, but, I'm just personally not a fan of it. I know you said you didn't like magic and futuristic in anime, but in my anime project is gonna be more diverse. Traditional army, etc. Oh, okay. Okay, so Soviet, thank you for the super chat, man. Modded F1 or Benny wheels on cars? Well, you have to explain a little bit. What people can what? I know there's the F1 cars in GTA, but hey, Pro, do you agree with George Washington and having political parties would split the nation? Yeah. Yeah, I would say that pretty much. George Washington believed that pretty much every single person should represent whatever they believed in, that shouldn't just cling to a specific party. That's pretty much what he was talking about, but political parties became eventually the norm. The F1 tires onto normal cars? What? Okay, well, I don't see why that would be a big deal, honestly. What made you like history? Just interested in the past, interested in what goes on? Are you good at poker? I'm okay. Poker is about luck also. It's not just about skill. Do you know what I honestly can't stand about anime? Is that, like, literally 90% of anime, when I look it up, like, it's either magic or something futuristic. That's literally what anime is. Whenever I look up, like, I try to find a show to watch, it's almost always magic or some kind of futuristic mechs. Like, that's what anime most of the time is. And it's like, I would like to see something, like, in a modern setting, maybe even in a historical setting, like, something without magic. Like, not a high school drama, not something like that. Like, maybe like a war or something like that, or maybe something like gangsters. Just generally, I know there are some anime that have like gangsters. Don't get me wrong, but I'd like to see like more stuff that's like not the magic stuff constantly, because it's always magic and just mechs. That's pretty much what it is. And like, my favorite anime that I've ever watched was Golden Kamuy. That was my favorite anime. And that one had no magic in it, no mechs, nothing. It was a historical anime. It was over, 100 years ago in Hokkaido, Japan. 120 years ago it takes place. That was my favorite one. I like that one just because of the historical setting, and that's why I like that one. It was nothing supernatural, no robots, nothing like that in it. Well, I've already watched 91 Days. I've watched every single 91 Days episode, so I know that show. I like 91 Days. 91 Days was a good one. I wish there was more shows like 91 Days. They chose a very interesting setting, having Prohibition, the Mafia, in that one. Oh, I can't stand Hollywood for a long time. No, anime is a bit more complex than cartoons. There we go, I won. Okay. I have no problem with people liking that stuff. People can like whatever they want. I don't have problems with that. You know, I even have some friends of mine. And I'm not joking when I say this. I even have some friends of mine who didn't have that much of an issue with Saints Row. Like they didn't think Saints Row was a perfect game, but they still liked the new Saints Row. I have nothing against people who have those views. They're still my friends. Even though I couldn't stand the new Saints Row. So even if somebody likes like a cartoon or a movie that I don't like, I don't have anything against them for liking that. That's some people spoiled Cyberpunk Edgerunners for me as part of a troll, but that's okay. I'm not going to let them ruin it for me. Well, thank you for the super chat, Mr. Waifu. Do you know what happened to me? Is people spoiled Red Dead Redemption 2 for me. I wasn't able to enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2 fully for me. So the thing about that is the person that betrays Arthur at the end of the game is basically what happened is people kept spoiling that for me. So the comment section of my Red Dead videos, people would constantly post who the traitor was. Like they were just trying to ruin the game for me. And eventually I saw a comment like that. I didn't think they were being serious at first, but then eventually I was like, oh yeah, this is probably going to happen too. And so it was like, yeah, that. So like, the thing about us YouTubers, what a lot of people don't understand about us YouTubers is us YouTubers, we get games spoiled for us most of the time. We do. And so it's like when we're playing a new game especially, it's only a matter of time before some idiot in the comment section tries to spoil it for us. So that's so yeah, that happens. Can't be spoiled if you don't play new games. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Waifu. No, I haven't, Art. Oh, he had two pairs of kings. Damn. I don't like their elitist attitude, Mario. No, I've never driven a pickup. Do you guys want to know something? When the new and I guess this is spoilers, but everybody's probably seen the movie by now. Do you know that when Star Wars: The Force Awakens came out in 2015? So when the 2015 Star Wars movie came out, do you know that there was people some guy when he was walking out of the movie theater after he saw the movie, and there's a bunch of people in line to watch the new Star Wars movie, and he just basically yelled, Han Solo dies. And what happened was a bunch of the people in the movie theater beat him up. And so the thing about that is, it wasn't right to beat him up, obviously, but I don't know what the guy was expecting. Literally, you walk up to a bunch of people, try to ruin the movie for them, and so, what were you expecting was going to happen exactly? I don't understand. Thank you, Mr. Waifu. Oh, if somebody has an ace, they could actually beat me here. Okay, let's make a big bet here then. See if anyone's gonna backfold now. This is a very interesting. Let's see what we have. Why would you go in with those cards? Ah. Damn, the 2 jacks. Lucas, do I have a favorite sport? Probably billiards pool is probably my favorite sport. Yeah, billiards pool would probably be my favorite one, I would say. I have one matching card, but these cards aren't too good, yeah. I always like to see what other community cards are available. Once I see all 5 cards, I oftentimes decide on whether I want to fold or not. Pro, are you scared when you add new people? Not really, no. Because if somebody causes problems, I'll just delete them. But I haven't deleted somebody that's caused problems for me in years, like years. So like the last time I deleted somebody that actually did something stupid, like I was years ago. So like everybody knew that I've added has not caused any kind of problems. So that was People, including me, love your streams because it's emotionally comfortable. You're that kind of guy who tells the truth and never changes, and that's gold. Well, thank you, Feline King. Thanks, man. You guys want to know something? I deleted this one guy on my friends list once, and he freaked out and sent me a bunch of messages about it, too. And do you know what? He didn't understand what he did wrong. He didn't understand why I deleted him. You know what he did? Why I deleted him? And tell me what you guys think about this. But basically, this was like a few years ago. This is like 2018 or 2019. I was in a I was in a public session. You weren't able to sell in invite only sessions back then, and I was playing GT Online. I was selling a MC business, and I was selling the weed business, I think it was, and I had the pounder truck. I don't think it was even my business. I was helping a friend. And so what I did was I was driving the pounder truck. I was passing the prison, like literally passing the prison on the highway, going towards the city. I see one guy on my friends list. He's on an oppressor Mark II. He's just coming right towards me. And, I saw like the little blue orb. They're your friends. I didn't think much of it because I oftentimes have that where I have friends that follow me around and stuff like that. And the second that this guy on my friends list started following the truck, he fired like 3 or 4 missiles at the truck. And so what happened was I was in the party with the guy that I was helping to sell. I told him, close your app. And he closed his app, and what we did was we left the session, and right after that, I deleted the guy off my friends list. That was not an accident. He did it on purpose. He followed the truck. He fired 3 or 4 missiles at it. I deleted him. And then after, literally, maybe just 2 minutes later, he sends me a message, and he says to me, "Why did you delete me off your friends list?" And I literally said to him, "You tried to blow up my friend's cargo." And what he then replied to me, he said, "But that's what the game told me to do. I don't know why you're deleting me for doing what the game told me to do." That's literally what he sent me in a message. He said, "I was just doing what the game told me to do." And I was like, my God, this guy's an idiot. And so I didn't re-add the guy. And so that was just it. That was such a stupid response. I was just doing what the game told me to do. Why'd you delete me? Oh yeah, because you're trying to destroy hours of somebody's cargo. It's just, what an idiot. That's what I say about that. It's so stupid. Complete idiocy. Isn't your messages friends only? Yes, but that guy was on my friends list. But this is back when I had public messages still, AN. No, he was not a low level. He was, you know, he was over 100 something, I think, at that point. So... Remember when you remove someone for spamming you Fortnite invites? Yeah. Yeah, so I remember that I had this guy on my friends list once, right? And he just spammed me with Fortnite invites. He literally sent me like 50 or so Fortnite invites. I'm not joking. He sent me that many Fortnite invites. And so I don't play Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite. It's just not the game for me. I have nothing against my friends playing it, but it's just not the game for me. And so he was spamming me with Fortnite invites. I joined his party. And I said to him, if you spam me with Fortnite invites like that again, I will delete you from my friends list. And he said, okay, I won't do it again. And then a week later, he spammed me with Fortnite invites. I deleted him from my friends list. And he sent me a message, why'd you delete me? So literally, I guess people just don't understand and don't learn. But that was, yeah. We don't really use the cruise anymore, though, Vasi. No, I haven't, Vex. Okay. These are not good cards at all. I'm folding. I'm not going to win this. These are not good cards at all. I mean, they are good cards, but nothing matches. I'm not going to win this. Maybe one day, Mr. Waifu. Yes, Brandon. I mean, you could try to add me or add one of the people on my friends list, and we could play that way. What was a good thing that Tony did in The Sopranos? A good thing that Tony did. Tony did some really messed up things. What was a good thing that Tony did? I'm thinking. I'm sure he did something good. I think that, no, I know Mr. Waifu, but, I think the one good thing that Tony did do is, yeah, killing Ralph. Yeah, Ralph deserved it. So, yeah, Ralph is, like, one of the few people that Tony killed that I thought deserved it. So Ralph deserved that. Okay, now I have some good cards, but I need matching cards, too. These are good. Because I would have to add the person, though, that wants to add me. Yes, I will try to stream earlier on Sunday, Mr. Juck. Thank you, Mr. White. I didn't see what you wrote, but thank you for the super chat. I'll go all in with this. This will be my last hand anyway, so we'll see. Why'd you go in with those cards? 7 and a king. Okay. 3 and 8? Why would you... Okay, let's see what we get. I'm looking for a queen and a jack. Queen and a jack. Please, queen and a jack. Oh, no, he's got an ace. Ah, I got a jack, but he's got an... Yeah. Okay. Guess we leave the table here. No, I haven't, Tricky, Mario. Hey, Chaos King. Possible, but I don't think France would have had the resources to take over, you know, the 13 colonies if they had won. So I guess we'll probably wrap it up here. I'll still stick around and I'll answer questions for a I will answer questions before I go here.
Oh, what's going on?
Okay. No, I haven't, Mario. Thoughts on The Last of Us show? I gotta watch the whole thing when I get the chance, so when the last episode comes out, I'll probably binge watch it. Toxic Original Modern Warfare 2 lobby, yes, I have. Come on, dude, seriously? That was like the biggest epic fail ever. You literally had to jump on me, and you had me down to, like, almost no health, and I still killed you. Like, man, that was just such an epic fail at that point. It's like, you know, why? Come on, dude. It's just, wow. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see here. No, I don't have a dog. Do I play GTA 5 randoms? All the time. I even help randoms sell sometimes. Okay. Thomas the Train? When I was a kid, I did. No, I haven't, Mario. I haven't seen any stupid video game journalist articles. Okay, I'll see you, Ramiro. I'm in charge of a Red Dead Online DLC creator. If I'm in charge of a Red Dead Online DLC creator, I would add a railroad-related roles, mining, farming of proper farm and housing, where it can also be used for planning the heist. I think people would like it. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see some kind of train DLC, something like that, totally. And I'd like to see, like, a DLC where you can craft houses, too, you know. But unfortunately, though, Patrick, we can only dream, because Rockstar's not going to add content for this game. What new games will be doing a playthrough of on your channel? I'll do a playthrough that Crime Boss City, that game in Miami or something like that. I think that one I'll do a playthrough of when that comes out. Maybe Dead Island 2. Any more rants? Well, I'm gonna be talking about the 50 Cent GTA thing tomorrow and how the clickbaiters were wrong. But I guess I'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys enjoyed this stream, do drop a like. And also, guys, I'll tell you this. I'll have a Chinatown Wars video in like 10 minutes. So if you want to watch the next part of Chinatown Wars, 10 minutes, it'll be up. I swear, in 10 minutes, it'll be up. You can see it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you again for hanging out with me. And I hope that you guys all have a great a great weekend. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day.